do what you got to do to make your station work, and just forget about Jeff. Unless it's an emergency, just leave him out of it. Just do what you got to do. I think you did a good job getting the conference on, even though you used a different source. I said, all right, thank you. I'm going to do whatever I can. I'll play a 20-minute infomercial before I call Jeff again.
So are we taking
the feed.
Taking the feed off the air.
So I'll have to time all our breaks. I want to find out who my board up is, and we're getting close to it now. So I'm going to call Ken, and I assume it's him, and make sure. Maybe it's Des. I don't know. Usually my text is full of chatter. Then I know it's time to go. Usually their chatter is full of text back and forth, and I got nothing. Nobody's answering anything. Ken's not answering anything. Well, pretty sure it's either Des or Ken, because Martin is outlawed from our studio. He screwed up so many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. He said it is Ken, so. Oh, 6:46. Might as well go. What's that?
He's ready to.
I think he is. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Marcus, here we go. Well, I'm really loud there. All right, that's better. Okay, and 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everybody. This is News Radio 94.9, 890 KDXU. We're here at Crimson Cliffs High School. Andy and Mike together again, the old team. And Mike, we've done games here at Crimson Cliffs this year, but you and I have not actually had the pleasure of being here at the brand new Mustang Stadium. It's pretty awesome.
It's a beautiful place. There's no doubt about it. I was just thinking as you kind of opened up there a little bit, Andy, that you kind of brought the old and the new. Sorry, I'm the old anyway. But, you and I, as you said, we've been doing games together for years, 25 years. And here we are at a brand new field. Well, our first time here. Yeah. Beautiful facility, great place to be. I'm just excited. We were talking to some of the folks from the school here a little bit earlier, and he says, have you got some positives? And he goes, yeah. Number one, we're here and we're playing football. I thought that's a pretty good response.
That's right. The field is done and the season's not canceled. So
right.
All things considered here, that's a big deal. Of course, we're not going to go over the whole story again, but basically last year the field was supposed to be done on time. They finished it. It was messed up. It was not right. They had a big battle about who's going to pay for what and everything. And bottom line now, we have a beautiful Crimson Cliffs Mustang field. Mike, it is gorgeous. This is as gorgeous a location and a field as you've got anywhere in the entire state of Utah.
I agree. It's just beautiful out here, the beautiful red cliffs, what we're known for down in this part of the area, and back a little bit further you'll see some of the table mesas, and then look off to our left up toward Pine Valley Mountain. It's a great place to be. I remember when they opened this school up, I had back when I was still on the air doing your show.
Back in
the day. I had the mayor of Washington City, and I go, okay, you gotta help me out here. I said, where exactly, in what city is this new school located? He goes, well, it's in Washington, but don't go across the road because that's in the county out there. So
that's
right here out on the edge.
Great to be here again, Andy and Mike from Crimson Cliffs High School. The Mustangs come in on a 2-game losing streak, but Mike, some coaches say I don't believe in moral victories, but to lose to Dixie 25-15 a game, they were actually ahead most of the game and gave up a couple scores late, and then to lose to Pineview before that 21-7, a Pineview team that was averaging nearly 50 points a game. I know you don't believe in moral victories, but that's kind of close.
And it's very close. Actually, when you take a look at the whole season and kind of see how it pans out, kind of interesting, isn't it, that tonight you got those two schools going at it. So it's fun to see. Oh, sorry, I turned the wrong page, but there it is. Pineview at Dixie tonight. So, and it's kind of, if you take the breakdown of these two teams, excuse me, how did they do against those two opponents? Well, Snow Canyon eked out a 2-point victory over Dixie,
right,
and then lost a tough one to Pineview.
1 point, yeah. And you factor in now, let's throw in a couple of factors that I think are going to have a bearing on this game. Snow Canyon will be without starting running back Bretton Stone. That's big. Yep. Snow Canyon may be without at least some of the services of Braxton Hickman. Mike, you throw those two things in there, you're talking about arguably your two best football players.
Yeah, you were talking about Hickson, and what a player he is, both sides of the ball. I think he's the leader on the defense as far as tackles are concerned. He does so much on the offense as well. With those two out, if they are both out, that is going to be huge. And so we'll have to kind of wait and see how all of that plays through tonight.
Our broadcast brought to you by Sullivan Homes. You only get one chance to build your dream home. That's why you need to do it right the very first time. Visit sullivanhomes.com today and get that dream home built just right. Pre-game today brought to you by Interior Design Center. Like them on Instagram to see some of the stylish looks, or visit interiordesignCenter.com. And Mike, you could say on paper Snow Canyon's going to win this game by, in fact, Nolan Perry even said Snow Canyon's going to win this game by 20-something points. But I like this defense of Crimson Cliffs, and the fact that Snow Canyon's missing a couple of their stars is really going to factor big in this.
It is, and I was just going to say I don't think Nolan and the buddies up there knew about the couple of players who were out, or maybe at least one of them might be out. So that's right. As I was looking down at who they thought might win in our region contest tonight, the only close game was Pineview-Dixie, according to their prognostication. The others were 22 to 25, 6-point differential. I don't know if it's going to be that way or not. It could be, because unfortunately, I think we see going in Hurricane and Canyon View just really struggling once again this year.
We've got your pregame here, Interior Design Pregame Center. We want to talk about keys to the game, brought to you by Camping World. Also the starting lineups, brought to you by Sky Mountain Golf Course. And we'll be watching all night long our Sports Clips Star Watch. I will say this, Mike. I've been right on the Star Watch, picking kind of a dark horse, and he has a big game, and I've been way off on the Star Watch this year. So it's kind of a crapshoot, about a 50-50 crapshoot on the Star Watch today. It'd be easy, though, to go with the big guns. Landon Fry on Snow Canyon, and you could pick any number of guys on Crimson Cliffs, maybe starting with their running back Creed Leonard, number 7. But those are the easy picks. We're going to try to go a little bit deeper than that tonight.
All right. And again, Crimson Cliffs, I remember when they first started and people were talking about them, and they come right out the chute there and they won a couple of games. Everybody goes, ooh, well, then sophomore-itis kind of caught up to them, as it does a lot. But as I look down their schedule, of their roster, they have got so many young kids on this team. Not very many seniors, a lot of sophomores and a bunch of juniors. But, a lot of those sophomores and juniors are leading the way in a lot of the areas. So they've got some good kids. I think it really portends, I know it's next year, but in the future, I really see this team doing much, much better.
Be interesting to see where the quarterback battle ends up in this game. The coaches kind of kept it close to the vest. It's either going to be Tyler Brown, number 4, or Chase Hansen, number 10, at quarterback, or maybe, Mike, a combination of the two guys. Hansen, I think, a little bit more athletic, more of a running quarterback. Brown, a little bit more of a passing quarterback. That's the impression I get so far this season. But that maybe that's where we go our Star Watch, the quarterback race for Crimson Cliffs.
Yeah, and looking at the statistics, Brown, of course, who has been in there more, 62 passes out of 105, nearly 700 yards, while Chase Hansen has 7 of 9 for 122 yards. But obviously, when he's in there, he's pretty efficient. He's got a touchdown, no picks this year. And he's a pretty good receiver, by the way, if they need him.
The lineup tonight on Region 9 football tonight is this. All right, I'm messing around with the button. The lineup tonight: Snow Canyon at Crimson, of course, right here. Pineview at Dixie, and that one really, if Pineview wins that game, they clinch the region title. Really outright, since they would have beaten both Dixie and Snow Canyon. If Dixie wins that game, we could have ourselves a big old mess right at the top of the region. Desert Hills is at Canyon View tonight. I think the Thunder, they lost a couple of toughies, Mike, but I think they're going to get things going at Canyon View. And then Hurricane is at Cedar, and that's maybe a trap game for Cedar. Cedar coming off kind of assuming they're going to get a win after a tight win last week against Desert Hills. They got to come with their A game because Hurricane will smack you in the mouth.
Hasn't Cedar really kind of become the I don't know team this year?
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of.
You anticipate them doing one thing, and they don't. And then you say, well, okay, they're going to do that. And they don't. They kind of go back and forth a little bit. I've called games this year, talking about being really right and really wrong. I thought for sure Cedar was going to win a big game early. They lost. Then I said, okay, they're done. And they come back and put, 60 points on the board. And I'm going, what's going on with Cedar?
Yeah, you never know about this Cedar team. I think they're a talented team, but Coach Bennett has said it many times. They live and die with Jaron Garrett. And if Jaron turns the ball over 3 times like he did against Pineview, they're going to lose that football game. And they actually lost going away. So I don't know about this red smoke, Mike. Are you loving the crimson smoke down there?
No. Where'd they go? Is there anybody on the field down there? That's not quite that thick, folks. But it was fun. They brought it in as soon as they came onto the field all the way across. Now it's just sitting and percolating out the smoke down there right on the bench. The people aren't there. And by the way,
you can sure smell it, yeah, for sure.
Getting a little thick up here.
For sure. Our Camping World keys to the game. It's all about the running game in this one. Snow Canyon wants to run the football. Crimson Cliffs wants to run the football. In fact, we could have a quickie tonight. We might have a 2-hour game, Mike, because both teams are going to do everything they can to run the football. Now, Snow Canyon, because they're without Brett and Stone, we're not sure where they're going to go with the running ball. Maybe Brett, maybe Childs, but what we are going to see is Landon Fry running the ball and the quarterback keeper a lot in this game.
Yeah, and he does that a lot. As a matter of fact, he's already run it 54 times on the year. He scored 6 touchdowns. Of course, he's the guy that determines who ends up with it. I think another little key here may be the defense of the Mustangs. If they can step up, especially with a couple of guys missing, they could turn this into a very good ball game.
Yeah, and if you look, Mike, I mean, they haven't won a ton of games in region play, but if you look at what they've been able to do, they hold Canyon View to 7. They hold Hurricane to 7. They hold Pineview, 50-point-a-game Pineview to 21 points. That's a pretty big deal. They hold Dixie to 25. Now, they had Dixie at, I think it was 11. Until late in the game, they give up a pick 6 and then another touchdown, and that changed things. They held Manti to 15 points. That's a good Manti team. The only team that really got the best of them, 2 teams, Lehigh and Cedar City, and we know those are 2 good offensive juggernauts.
Interesting stuff here. All right. Well, we're getting closer and closer to game time here tonight. Excited about what is going to be going on once again. Keys to the game, Camping World. Check them out, campingworldstgeorge.com.
We are getting close to our national anthem. I think I'm going to stall for another minute or two, Mike, until we get to that spot. But, again, this is News Radio 94.9, 890 KDXU. Andy Griffin and Mike McGarry live from Crimson Cliffs High School. I guess it's Mustang Stadium, but we have our national anthem coming up. So we're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll return and talk about our Sky Mountain starting lineup and, have a lot of other fun stuff going on. Again, it is a national anthem here from Crimson Cliffs High School. We'll be right back. here from Crimson Cliffs High School. The Mustangs taking on the Snow Canyon Warriors today as a key Region 9 matchup. And if we maybe, Mike, I don't know, take a glance at the standings if I can find my right page. Somewhere I've got the standings here.
I got them
here. There they are, yeah. Pineview at 5-0 in region play. Snow Canyon right behind them, 1 game back. So is Dixie. Now, Pineview beat Snow Canyon by 1 point last week, so they have that basically game-and-a-half lead on the Warriors for the region championship. Dixie, of course, tonight, they can have their say if they want a part of that region title. If they beat Pineview, they'll be right there with Snow Canyon and Pineview. Cedar is 3-2. Cedar probably going to win tonight. They're at home for Hurricane. Crimson Cliffs at 2-3. Dixie, Desert Hills 1-4, Hurricane 1-4, and Canyon View is 0-5. Now, having said all that and set up the region and everything, Mike, the truth be told is in this age of RPI, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the region championship matters. Everything else is kind of seeding purposes.
It is, and boy, I watch it. Not that I really want to, but I have to with the RPI because it is interesting to see what's going on. We got Pineview at number 2 and Snow Canyon at number 4. Cedar 9. I think I got these latest ones here. Dixie at number 10. Crimson at number 14. Canyon View, Desert Hills, and Hurricane down the list there. But it's always, to me, interesting to take a look at and see where did they get that big bump from? And then there's, 4 different things they actually take into consideration and come up with
it's record, it's opponent's record, it's opponent's opponent's record, and it's opponent's opponent's record. It really, I mean, that's just.
Yeah, I can't figure it out. So.
If you're good at math, maybe we could get Mr. Clark in here or somebody who's a math teacher to figure all that out, and we could have it. But, bottom line is Snow Canyon is 4, Pineview is 2. They're almost pretty much a lock to get a first-round bye. Dixie probably, now, it depends on what happens tonight, but Dixie probably in good shape to get a first-round bye as well. Everyone else is probably going to be playing in the first round and hopefully at least get a home game.
Which is just a couple of weeks away. Can you believe it, huh?
Yeah, this is the next to last Friday of the regular season. Next Friday we'll be on the air. We'll have games for you here, of course, on the Cherry Creek family of radio stations as the captains are out at midfield. And one of them, Bretton Stone, is in his street clothes. He's not going to be playing football tonight.
There is the flip, and
Warriors win it and will receive it.
Yeah, they'll take it
left.
first. Yeah, just to quickly play the what if, and I know I should never do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's say Dixie pulls off the win tonight and Snow Canyon wins, and you've kind of alluded to this. That would put 3 teams at 5-1. 3 teams at 5-1. If Cedar wins, they'd be 4-2, and that would really kind of set up your top 4 teams. But I think you got some folks like Crimson and Desert Hills like to say something about that.
Now, they did not make an official announcement this week, but quietly the bracket was changed on Max Preps and on UHSAA.org, Mike, to show that the semifinals for state will be at home sites and the championship game will be at Greater Zion Stadium in St. George, Utah.
Oh, is that right?
No U of U trip this year for our teams from the 4A classification. I guess they kind of figured with the whole COVID-19 and all the things involved there, they just didn't want to mess with, all the things involved and maybe trying to bring everybody from around the state up to the University of Utah. So, yeah, it'll be St. George, and we're hoping we have at least one team in that championship game, Mike.
That certainly would be nice. I know there's a lot of folks down here, and I realize it's COVID and all that, but they're just going, they finally got it right. Bring that championship down to southern Utah.
I will say this. You're going to have to go through Smithfield and Skyview if you want to get to that championship game because they're going to be at home. They're number 1. They're undefeated, and they played all their toughies. They've got a couple of easy ones left, and Skyview is going to be your number 1 ranked team, the defending champs. You're going to have to win a game. Somebody's going to have to win a game at Skyview if they want to keep them out of the championship.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Getting ready for the kickoff tonight. We appreciate all of our great sponsors, Sky Mountain Golf Course, and hit it to the sky. Give them a call. Set up your next tee time, 435-635-7888.
Just about to put a leg into it. They do, and the kickoff will be taken at about the 3-yard line. Looking for, and a great coverage and a Sand Hollow rock ball hit right there to start the game off, Mike.
Ooh, gotta like that, man. The only guy down there, and he got there in a hurry. And I do believe that was Logan Mendenhall, the junior, on the special teams. And, yeah, he got to, the 12-yard line? Maybe 13 is all.
Yeah, the return man tried to make a cut. I think that was Tyden Morris, number 5, tried to make a cut. And as he made the cut, Mike,
he was welcomed with open arms by the
That's right.
defensive player.
So Snow Canyon will start deep in their own territory at the 13-yard line.
I think I said that wrong. That should have been Jalen Walker. I went
Yeah,
to the
I
wrong
think
number
so. Yep,
3.
I think
Excuse
you're
me.
right. Snow Canyon will start out with trips to the left side. Again, they do not have Bretton Stone in at running back. They do try a running play on the first play, and he breaks a tackle and gets outside. Nice hustle for this sophomore running back. He's the guy that ran the kickoff, tried to make the cut, and got nailed. That is number 5, Tyden Morris, the sophomore.
Yeah, what a great ability there, Andy, to keep himself up. He was caught, wrapped up, but instead of pulling him down, they kind of spun him around. Well, they kept his feet underneath him, got the big yardage all the way out to the 34 or 33-yard line.
So it'll be a gain of about 20 yards on his very first carry of this ball game, and Snow Canyon already in business. They've got, I think, Mike, I don't think there's any doubt, this is the best offensive line in the region. Now you just need somebody who can run the ball behind him.
Right.
Morris behind Fry. They run a little swing pass around the left side. Gets it out to the 35, but not much else there. Not much disguising that one. It was a little bit of a, you know what we're going to do. We're going to just do it better than you. And actually, good job by the defense, a gain of 3.
Yeah, and they've looked pretty good. Outside of that one spin where he got away from it, they hit hard. I'll tell you what, already there's 2 of the tackles I would almost say is in there for that big hit thing here because they are really throwing the pads.
Landon Fry, the senior quarterback. Again, one back behind him, a little bit of a pistol formation. I believe that's Morris, although I can't see his number. He's got to turn this way before I can tell. It is Morris. Quick pass to the left side. The pass is complete underneath, a gain of about 4 yards on 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Brenton Childs was the receiver on that one. Turned and got to the outside, but didn't get much after the reception, so the act yards were just a couple.
Had to respect the speed. They played off him. He got the underneath pass, but now you got a big 3rd down and 3. 1 first down already on this drive for the Warriors, looking for a second.
Great night of high school football. Thanks for being with us. No score very early in this football game.
Twin wideouts to either side for Landon Fry on 3rd down and a long 3. They send a man in motion. And they hand it off. No, the quarterback keeps it. Fry spun around at the line of scrimmage, fighting forward, and he's not going to get to the first down. Great penetration by that Crimson Cliffs defense. Let's see if I can pick up. The first man there was number 24. That is Waiatea Kainoe.
Well, I don't know who got there first, but I can tell you this much. 5 different guys, Andy, were in on that tackle. Boy, they slammed the door in the middle there.
4th down and 2. Now, if you feel like you're better and your offensive line is better than the other team, you go here at your own 41-yard line. But it is a gamble. You don't want to give a team like Crimson Cliffs an underdog hope, but they're coming out, Mike, in offensive formation with 3 wideouts to the right. They hand the ball off. Running back. Oh, he's got a big hole and a first down. Oh, man, he just found a perfect hole. And that's a first down run.
Yeah, Tyden Morris, the sophomore, once again. Andy, he hit that hole so fast. That's the first time I think I've seen in this game so far. The defense didn't even have time to adjust to it.
Yeah, the hole did not hit back. He slid through that thing so quick. Now it's first down as they gain 10 on 4th down and 2. And they're just on the plus side of the 50 at the 49 of Crimson. Landon Fry, the quarterback, gives a little direction to his running back. Look, sophomore, stand here.
Yeah.
Little pink armbands with some of these guys. They tried the fly sweep. Running back trying to get around the edge. He cuts back, nice cut back, and he'll have a gain of 10 or 11 yards on the fly sweep. And I believe that was 81 on the carry for Snow Canyon. That was Brandon Goff. Goff is a sophomore wide receiver. So you got a sophomore running back and a sophomore wide receiver running the ball, Mike.
Boy, I like that. I tell you what, that was really, really a good and the good decision to plant that foot and then cut back into the lane. I don't think he'd got around the edge.
So many young guys like to run to the corner and use their speed, but you know what? At varsity level, everybody's as fast as you are.
Yeah, that's for sure.
First down and 10. They send a man in motion and now flags. I think one of the linemen flinched.
No, it's an offsides according to the far side official.
Really? Yeah, you're right. He's going to turn.
I am going to guess that Brandon Goff is the tail end of the Goff brothers.
Yeah.
There's been like 800, I think. No, maybe not quite that many. The Goff family is, I don't know, maybe it's a son of a son even. It could be that. I'll bet you.
You're getting old enough. That
I am.
Might be a
I'm at
grandson.
that area, so I'll tell you what. There's a lot of Goffs, I'll tell you that. And all of them play football. They love it.
By the way, Wesley Tanu was the guy in motion on that one when the play was blown dead. They were going to throw a little swing pass to him. He's the guy in motion again, same play. He looks over to that side, not open, so Fry goes instead outside. The pass is complete to the 20, to the 15, and down inside the 10-yard line before he's rudely pounded out of bounds. And that's a nice catch and run after the catch by Jordan Wade, number 8.
And that's a good description of that last hit because he popped him. He was kind of sideways, a little off balance. Next thing you knew, he was on his wallet looking up. He really got hammered. But right now, Snow Canyon obviously moving that football.
They're in the Team D Auto red zone now at the 10-yard line. Remember, this drive started back at their own 13.
Yep.
Quarterback Landon Fry. He's got a back behind him. That's Tanu again. Gets a snap, hands it to Tanu. Tanu. No, Fry kept it on the left side, and nobody even knew he had the football.
Oh.
That's an easy touchdown run by Landon Fry.
Sweet little fake, because I got to tell you what, my eyes were going with Tanua to the right side, not back to the left, where a beautiful job, pulled it right back in, swept that corner, 6 points on the board.
So Snow Canyon draws first blood, Mike. We were talking about, Crimson Cliff's defense, and it is a good defense. We saw some hard hits, but well-conceived first drive by offensive coordinator Tim Nowatzki for Snow Canyon. And that last play was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I like what they're doing. They're mixing it up.
The Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point is up and good, and Snow Canyon has taken the lead 7-0 with 7:44 left here in the first half. We're going to keep it right here for a moment. Timeouts tonight brought to you by the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. And they don't match their rates or fees. See how much the Scott Gibson team can save you today. Call or text 435-619-8080. 619-8080 is the count. And I believe we can let's take a 30-second timeout just to test and see if it works. 30-second break. Be back. Actually, I just found out we can't take a break, Mike. Just got to text it. Don't take a break.
There are no breaks for you
We
guys.
are not going to take a break. We're going to keep it right here. Did you have Fry on the Sports Clips Star Watch, Mike?
You mentioned that we could always put him on
Yeah,
there, so
yeah.
I'll say, sure I did, Andy. Of course I did. No, he is the kingpin. He's really the guy that kind of makes it run. Here's I think it really, even I know we're way early in this game, I think it's time, though, for the Mustangs to come out and show a little return. They got to have something. I don't know if they have to score. They got to move the football a little bit.
That drive was 87 yards. -5 because of the penalty, so 82 yards of offense on that first drive for the Warriors. Ends in that 10-yard TD run by Landon Fry. The kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, and we get to see this Crimson offense for the first time.
Yeah, low driving kick, and it was touched and actually caromed out of bounds. Didn't matter because it was already over into the end zone. So 7:45 time remaining here in the first quarter. We certainly appreciate, again, all of our sponsors.
And by the way, it's Hansen, Mike, who is the quarterback, not Brown. So they go with Chase Hansen. Chubb, they call him affectionately. Hansen, little read play, hands off to the running back. Creed Leonard trying to get outside, and he went backwards, kept his feet alive, and he ends up gaining a yard or two, Mike. But when you go backwards against this speedy Snow Canyon team, not really a lot of good things can happen.
Will Warner, just a sophomore defensive player that time, didn't get the tackle, but he got him, kind of spun him around and spun him right back into some more of his teammates.
So give him a gain of 2 for Chase Hansen on the handoff to Leonard. 2nd down and 8. And again, this was a bugaboo. They really offensively struggled against Pineview 2 weeks ago, a game I did. And, they ended up with a lot of 3rd and longs, and we're going to have another one because the handoff to Leonard, and it's going to be a loss of 2 or 3 on the handoff as Hansen. Mike, that didn't look like a read play. That looked like a straight, he's got to hand it. That's the play called. But had that been a read play, it would have been a lot better for Hansen to keep it.
Yeah, I agree with you. In fact, it looked like it was a dive left, and he dove left. That's where he went. He didn't look right nor left, and he ran into a wall, lost a yard.
So, 3rd down, 9. Ball at the 21-yard line. Hansen, let's see what kind of arm he's got here. We know he's a good baseball player. Back to pass, looking. Here comes the pressure, and he is body slammed. They actually don't get him to the ground, but they call the in-the-grass play as one of those big linemen for Snow Canyon made the play. Who was it, Mike? Did you see?
Let's see if I can, was it 56? I think that's
Either 55 or 6.
Isaac Lee's. My guess. But anyway, what he did is he got a hold of him and he picked him up. He was off the ground. I think the official steps in and goes, no. Don't throw his head in the turf.
Don't kill the quarterback. Yeah. No pile driver. So 3 and out for Crimson Cliffs. Now a whistle, and I believe we might have a delay of game.
Well, that's that way backside official who blew his whistle. Just a couple of ticks under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter of action. Seems to be moving along. You pointed that out. A couple of teams that mostly like to run. Well, it's a 5-yard walk-off against Snow Canyon.
Didn't see that.
I didn't either.
Well, Snow Canyon's lucky it wasn't 4th and 4 instead of 4th and 14. In this case, 5 yards isn't going to hurt at all. Another Simply Wisdom Teeth kick. This time a punt from about his own 8-yard line. The kick is away. Nice high kick. And fielding it on the run. The ball's on the ground. It's a fight for the football. And I believe recovered by the Mustangs. They think they've got it. And Tyden Morris, the running back, is the guy we think.
Well, we haven't got the official yet. Now they say it is.
That wasn't Tyden Morris either. That was number, I can't read that, Mike, 26. 26 for Crimson. Isaac Golder, junior cornerback with the recovery.
Well,
so that's how you gain 35 yards,
what
just like that.
Don't you do? You don't come running forward and try to field the football at your knees. I mean, that's what he did. It was a low driving kick. Of course, I know it's easy to sit up here and say, what shouldn't you do? But now, new life for the Mustangs.
First down and 10 Crimson at their own 49-yard line. A gain of, 38 yards on that play. They want to run a swing pass. It's not open. Now he throws it out to him, and that was just a throwaway play by Hansen. Realizing he tries to throw that accurately, it might get intercepted.
Yeah, he had out there number 5. Oops, wrong page here once again. Gunnar Orr, 5'8" wide receiver. He looked at him like 3 different times and then threw it over his head. So
7-0 our score. We're about, a little less than 7 minutes into the football game. And it is a Warrior lead. The Warriors they want to blow these guys out. They want to make a statement after losing last week to Pineview.
Right.
Ball at the 49 on second down. Hansen throws a little slant, and it's off the hands of the receiver in heavy traffic and incomplete.
It's a triple coverage in there. Boy, that was right into the teeth of that defense, but he actually threw it a little bit too far out in front of him. So, yeah, it goes as an incompleted pass. And now you've got third down, and we have one of the linemen coming off for the Mustangs.
And that's the last thing they need against this big physical Snow Canyon team. I mean, you look at some of the big guys on that Snow Canyon line.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Ja'Cory McKeever, and we talked to him in our preseason. He's a D1 guy, Mike.
Yeah.
This is a kid with D1 potential as a lineman, both offensive and defensive. Now a third down and 10. And a tough situation for any offense, but especially an offense that struggled. Hansen rolls to the right, throws the ball, and he threw it to the wrong guy. Picked off. Now it's a foot race to the end zone, to the 35, to the 30. Good coverage by the offense to play defense against the interception, but just not a good throw or decision by the quarterback, Hansen.
Yeah, keep waiting. It ought to be a rule that when you do some really good play, you turn and face us so we can get a good look at your number.
I believe it was Brenton Childs that got the pick.
It was
Mike,
across the way there. But again, it took all that momentum, which was just picked up by the Mustangs a few moments ago, and kind of swings it right back over to Snow Canyon. Now they're just 30 yards away from hopefully more points for them. They lead it right now, 7-zip.
Ball at the 30, first down and 10. Snow Canyon in their white unis with gold helmets. Handoff up the middle, pretty well covered, falling forward for about 3 or 4 yards is the running back on the play. Tyden Morris, number 5.
Yeah, had he been able to keep his feet, he'd have had a lot of yardage there, but he was tripped up, but he kind of actually dove forward. But after all that, maybe 3 yards.
Boy, they even marked that back, Mike. I thought he got down closer to the 25. They got him at the 28.
They've got him back at just a 2-yard gain, don't they?
Yeah, second down and 8. 4 wideouts again for Fry. Wants to throw it. Throws it to nobody. Not sure, maybe a misread by a receiver, huh?
Yeah, or they ran a wrong route or something, because you know what's wrong when the two receivers out there within about 10 yards of each other kind of looked at each other and go, that was for you. You know, no, they didn't know that right between the two and out of bounds. So suddenly 3rd down and 8 yards to go for Snow Canyon.
Early Hearst Hardware scoreboard, Dixie leading Pineview 7-0. They just got an interception, too, and have the ball on the plus side of the 50. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Almost a region championship type game. Fry sends a man in motion. It's a quarterback draw. Makes one man miss. No, he doesn't. He made him miss for a second, but reaching out and grabbing a hold was a defensive player on that move for Crimson Cliffs. And that was, looks like number 33 on the play.
That was
Jackson Griffiths. No relation.
Oh, okay.
And now it's 4th down.
I'd claim him. He did a good job there.
Well,
Yeah, it's 4th and 5 at the 25-yard line.
So again, as a pretty good kicker, it would be about a 42-yarder here. They're going to go for it. They went already once on this game on 4th down and got it. Fry wants to pass, looking all day to throw. Now he's going to roll to the right side, and he's got a lot of room to roam.
Just run, he's got it.
He could have, Mike.
Yeah.
Now he's rolling back to the left side.
He can do the same thing.
Time. He's dancing around. He's being chased around, and now he is going to take off, try to get to that 1st down marker, and he's going to get there.
Wow.
All effort from Landon Fry. Should not have been a 1st down, Mike, but he had all day.
Absolutely. I mean, he came all the way to the right. Nobody got close. He turned around, went back all the way to the left. My only thought on that is you don't have to throw the ball just because you were told to throw the ball, because he could have ran for a 1st down earlier either side.
In the defense of the Crimson Cliffs defense, they were only rushing 3 guys.
Yep.
Had 8 guys back in coverage. That's why Landon couldn't find anybody to throw to, and that's why eventually he was able to run the football.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Certainly appreciate, again, all of our great sponsors. By the way, Fabulous Freddy's once again with our 1st downs.
It is a 1st down and 10 at the 20. Trying to get wide is the running back. I believe that's Morris. Lowers his shoulder and gets down to about the 16-yard line inside the Team D Auto red zone.
Tried to, it is Tyden Morris, tried to stiff arm his way. Got about a yard, but then he was met by 2 or 3 more of the Mustangs, so it ended up being a 3-yard pickup.
Bronson Barban with a deep ball to Shea Anderson, who caught it at about the 2-yard line. So Dixie about to score again, and maybe have a 2-score lead on Pineview at Dixie.
And normally I'd say that really puts them in the catbird seat, but we've seen Pineview score a lot of points in a very little amount of time this year.
Yeah, 14 ain't going to win that game. We know that.
Yep.
Little swing pass as they get it outside to Taunuu. He is pounded out of bounds after about a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Yeah, I thought they had him a little more, but they mark him now at the 15-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 5 yards to go. They're not getting big breakoffs for the most part, and I think that's where the defense is doing a fairly good job of getting 2 or 3 tacklers out there and not letting them get those extra yards.
3rd down and 5. Mike, it'd be interesting to see. They've gone on 4th down twice already, but now you're in pretty much I wouldn't say guaranteed 3, but a pretty good position to get at least 3 points if you do kick it.
Yep.
Let's see what the decision is if they don't make it here on 3rd down. Fry with Morris, hands to Morris right up the middle. He tries to get outside, and he gets the 1st down. Breaks a tackle into the 5, touchdown. Great running by the sophomore, Tyden Morris.
Boy, he looked good. You could just see he was getting ready. He was lowering that shoulder, and it's all of a sudden he thought, hey, I could score. And he popped through got by one more guy and in for 6.
This is a bad news, Mike, for a Crimson Cliffs team for a couple of reasons. I didn't think they'd give up 14 points in the quarter. Remember, they only gave up 21 to the high-scoring Pineview Panthers. The other thing is they're not built for comebacks. This is not a team that's going to score a bunch of points. So they're in danger of this one getting out of reach early. Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point is good, and with 1:24 left in the 3rd quarter, we're going to keep it right here as it is now 14-0. We want to thank one of our great sponsors. How about the clock and time tonight, brought to you by Nets on Fire. Check out netsonfire.org for back-to-school training specials and get signed up today. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
And a quick reminder also, again, in our post-game tonight, we'll be naming the Playmaker Play of the Game, brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus. They have done such a good job in helping the construction folks around, but you can go in and just buy retail as well. So check them out right across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Appliance Wholesalers Plus.
Already 2 touchdowns on the board for Snow Canyon. An interception set up this last one, although quite frankly, they were handed the ball, Crimson, at midfield and couldn't do anything with it.
Right. Yeah, they missed a big opportunity. Let's see if they can get themselves back in it on this one here.
Kickoff is just into the end zone for another touchback.
Yeah, you could just see that time the special team. He was trying to keep the feet on the other side of that goal line. He so much wanted to return it, but as you know, it's an automatic. In the end zone, goes past that line, you bring it out.
That's one of those high school rules, and I know, the odds are that a majority of not a majority, but a lot of injuries occur on, Mike, on kickoffs and punts.
Yep.
And so they're trying to do away with those a little bit. I don't like it, but because it
is
is
the fun out of
yeah, it's one of the most
football,
exciting plays in the entire game.
Yep.
First down now for Crimson Cliffs as they pitch the ball deep, and Snow Canyon read it all the way. One big lineman out there. I think McKeever got out there, and there was nowhere to roam. They actually throw the running back for a loss of yards. They'll get the spot back up to the 17, but that's a loss of 3, Mike.
That is Brenton Childs on the tackle. At least he was the second guy there, number 13. Anyway, he looked like a mad bull. He just came in with horns down and nailed him.
Second down and long. Hanson the quarterback. Leonard the running back. Crimson looking for some. They haven't had any yet. Hanson wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. And 2 big linemen get a hold of Mr. Hanson. First man there, and the guy that got hands on him was big number 55, Caden Hardy. And Hardy's made a couple of big plays in this game already.
He really has. He has looked really, really good, which I think sets up the key right now. You talked about the size of Snow Canyon. In my mind right now, the offensive line cannot control the big defense of the Warriors.
Basically, you get a 3-step drop or a quick shot and maybe throw a fade or something, and that's it. Then you're in trouble. And poor Chase Hansen had maybe time for one pass in this game, and he threw an interception. That's the end of the first quarter here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Unfortunately, we've had some personnel issues back in the studio, and we may not be able to take a break here yet, Mike.
Well, I can give you a bad pun.
Yeah?
They'll be chasing Hansen all night long for Mr. Chase Hansen.
Not bad.
Sorry, I had to
Not
throw
bad.
that in.
Not bad.
But, well, it was a big first quarter, obviously, for the Warriors. They did what they needed to do. And so far, and again, there's a lot more football left, but I think a key was after giving up the fumbled kick or the punt, Snow Canyon made them pay almost immediately, and that's huge.
We did not get a chance to talk about our Sky Mountain Golf Course starting lineup. Hey, hit it to the sky, the beautiful Sky Mountain Golf Course in Hurricane. Schedule a tee time tomorrow. Call 435-635-7888. Mike, I think the focus for me was on the quarterback. Was it going to be Hanson or Brown? But maybe misplaced a little bit because it doesn't matter who the quarterback is if he hasn't got any time to throw.
And that's such a key. I mean, if you're running for your life every time you get your hands on the football, you don't have. I mean, and we've seen several times. I don't think he's got any more than 2, maybe 3 seconds to make any kind of decision, and then usually it's too late.
We're going to keep it right here for a minute longer. I think we finally have someone back in the studio, but big third down coming up for Crimson Cliffs, and it's third and long, Mike. I like really long, like third and 20.
Yeah, they need to get to the 31-yard line.
They send a man in motion. Might be a give-up play where you throw a little screen and hope something good happens. The pass is intercepted and run back for a touchdown. The screen was overthrown over the running back's head, and it's a pick 6 for the Warriors. And this thing already, Mike, starting to get ugly.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was thrown right to him. All they had to do was open both arms, and there it was. And once again, I believe that was Brenton Childs with the pick, senior back.
I had Will Warner with the football, so I'm not sure. He's the one that threw the ball back to the ref, but maybe Childs handed him the ball. I don't know, Mike.
Well, I'm not.
We'll let Jamie Kryling, the stat guy, help us out.
We'll check that out, won't we? Here.
Yeah.
The bottom line is whoever it was wearing a white uni for Snow Canyon, and it's now 20-0.
Seems to be wisdom teeth extra point pending. Referee's going to come out and talk to us for a second.
Yeah, I don't know what he was telling the near side fan, or not the fans, the coaching staff.
First. Penalty on Snow Canyon for celebrating too much. And they're telling us that the first unsportsmanlike of the game, which it means if he gets another one, he gets thrown out of the game, Mike. That's basically the bottom line.
Yeah. I guess you got to be.
And you're right about Childs. It was Brenton Childs with the pick six. And it might have been one of the easiest pick sixes I've ever seen. Yeah. Threw it right to him, and he walked into the end zone.
He wouldn't have had to close his eyes to miss it, I think. But,
extra point now for the Warriors. Kick is up and looks a wide right, but he did slip it inside that right upright, and it's now 21-0. We're going to take the break. 11:51 to go in the second quarter, and the score is, it's all Snow Canyon already. The Warriors 21, and it is the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs nothing. Welcome back, Andy and Mike from Crimson Cliffs High School. Chance to catch our breath, and I tell you what, Crimson Cliffs needs to come out and establish something, Mike. They don't have a first down. They already have 2 turnovers, one of them a pick six. Now they got a run back, and it's off to the races. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. And how about that for answering, Mike? The Mustangs needed something. No flags. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Unbelievable. That was a low driving kick, and it went right to him. He had good speed up the middle. And I don't know what happened here, but every one of the Snow Canyon defense kind of parted and went either right or left, and the guy saw it and said, "Oh, thank you," and he was right up the middle for a touchdown.
A little bit of, and I know it's cliche, but the parting of the White Sea in this case, or the Red
there
Sea.
You go.
That was a big old hole,
wow.
And he was never touched.
Pretty good wheels. Nobody even got close to him once he got out in the open field.
And remember, the only reason they even had a kickoff, Mike, was because the penalty.
Yeah,
so
good
it was
point.
about an 85-yard kickoff return. We're going to keep it right here with 11:38. Actually, let's hurry and get a break in if we can, a 45-second break. Welcome back, Andy and Mike, live from Crimson Cliffs High School as the Mustangs get on the board. Mike, I was expecting a final score maybe of 17-7 or something. We're at 21-7. We played, 3 plays in the second quarter?
Yeah.
Now a run back for Snow Canyon as they are able to break a tackle. It will turn into a short run back out across the 25-yard line. But let's give credit where credit is due. The kick return was by 5'11", speedy junior wideout Trace Higgins.
And again, once he saw that opening in the middle of the field, he was quick to get through it. Nobody could even get close after that. So that's huge. But now they've got to go back to work once again and stop this Snow Canyon offense, which, very honestly, to this point, they haven't done such a good job on.
Score for you from our Heritage States Hardware scoreboard. Cedar 14, Hurricane 9, just barely into the second quarter of that game. Last we heard was Dixie was up 14-0 on Pineview. And it's now 14-7. Pineview just scored.
There we go.
Snow Canyon on the offense. They run a little swing pass outside to wow, big hit. And I tell you what, they may be losing this game, Mike, this Crimson Cliffs team, but they're bringing it.
They're going to win the big hit award, aren't they?
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. Now, there was a late flag thrown.
We might have a helmet-to-helmet hit. That was a Sand Hollow big hit. Sand Hollow Resort big hit. No,
huge.
It's a holding,
Yeah.
Mike. It's going to be a hold.
Against the offense?
Yep.
It is. That was, away from the play, but so they'll keep it as a first down. They'll mark off the yardage back to the 20 or the 19-yard line. So first and 20 yards to go.
Yeah. First and 19.
Okay.
And a half.
Yeah.
18 and a half, something like that.
A long way to go.
Again, we're keeping a close eye on this game. We're also keeping a close eye on Dixie Pineview. It's 14-7 as Dixie now has the football up by 7. Back to pass is Fry. He's hit from behind, gets away from it. Now he's dancing around, trying to get away from another guy. He does it again. Houdini back there, Landon Fry. He gets the pass away, and it's complete along the sidelines. Another big hit, but it's going to end up being a game, Mike, of about 16 yards when Fry should have gone down maybe 3 times.
Good choice of words there with Houdini. He just disappeared from the grasp of a couple of the defenders, kept spinning and moving. He's hard to bring down. And then I was very impressed that he actually, after all that spinning, I'd have just been dizzy, but he somehow found his receiver, Tyden Morris, out there and got it up to second down now about 2 or 3.
Well, the good thing about it is Morris was only about 5 yards away from him, so he was just able to flick it over there. But, yeah, big gain of 16, so brings up second down and short after the holding penalty on first down. And a really better position. They swing it out there to Morris. Morris, with a head of steam, will get a first down across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, plays worked a lot here tonight. That's because they get it to him very quickly. And tonight I'm impressed. Morris has done a pretty good job, Andy, of looking out ahead of him and kind of seeing, okay, which way's my line going to push him? Do I go wide? Do I cut back in? Got the first down.
That was just a long handoff is what it was.
Right, yeah.
So it will bring up a first down and 10, ball at the 42-yard line. Snow Canyon up 21-7. We thought it would be a low-scoring game. Well, I did anyway. It's not so far. Warriors send a man in motion. They hand it to the motion man. He tries to cut upfield, but the defense is there. And another good play by this Crimson defensive squad. First man there, let's see, for Crimson Cliffs was Jason Panasua. And also there was Max Lundberg.
Yeah, that was Brandon Goff once again on the carry, just a sophomore. And I think maybe that time he made a little bit of a sophomore mistake. He turned and cut inside. Nah, he'd have been a lot better off keeping it wide.
Yeah, I know they always pound it into you. You got to make the cutback, but you got to choose the right time and place for your cutback. So second down and 9 for the Warriors. Fry, the quarterback, with Tyden Morris, the running back. And he hands it, fakes it to Morris, pulls it out. It's a little run pass option, and it's complete, and that'll be a first down. Nice play and nice effort on the play for Snow Canyon's Brooks Esplin.
Again, that's just a sophomore. A lot of young guys. We do have an injured player, but a lot of young guys getting a great opportunity here tonight. And that looked good. Just a quick inside fake, and then the pass.
That makes it so hard, Mike, that RPO where that was literally, he could have handed that ball off, could have been a run, but Fry pulls it back from his running back and hits a quick little slant up the middle. How hard is it nowadays to be a defensive player with stuff like that going on?
Absolutely.
Got an injury on the field. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with more. It's 21-7 on our one-loss scoreboard. Welcome back. Andy and Mike here are live from Crimson Cliffs High School. Mustangs right now looking a little bit outmanned. They did get a special teams touchdown, but it's 21-7, and Snow Canyon on the move again with the 1st and 10 at the 39. And they're real quick RPO, but this time it's read by Crimson Cliffs. And the defense will wrestle the ball carrier down, a loss on the play. Good effort out there. I think the first man there, Mike, was Malachi Kanoe.
Yeah, and Brooks Esplin, once again, the sophomore on the catch. Looked like they were trying to strip that ball, and he said, if you're going to try to strip the ball, I'll keep moving. Ended up picking up about 200 yards, or 2 yards, excuse me. And by the way, it was number 41, Devin McAfee, the injured player, a defensive lineman, a junior.
Good defensive play on that one by Kanoe. Yeah. 2nd down and 12. Fry from the gun while the pistol got the running back behind him. Showing blitzes Crimson. They get in and they were running a screen, perfectly run. It's complete to Morris to the 35 to the 30. He's hit there and will be wrestled down inside the 30 at about the 26-yard line. But a perfect time for a screen when the blitz was coming.
Yeah, eventually the tackle was made by Isaac Golder, number 26, but you call it. Beautifully done, well disguised. They got him, and a good job of running. Now all the way down to the 26-yard line go the Warriors.
1st down and 10 as they near the Team D Auto red zone. Snow Canyon already with 3 scores on the board. I really didn't think that they'd give up more than about 30 points in this game, Mike, and I thought that was stretching it even.
And especially the number 1 running back out of the game.
Yeah, but right now, Snow Canyon looking very good. 1st and 10 from the 26. Fry, the quarterback, from the pistol. Hands off to Morris, has a little hole and gets inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line.
Pretty good job. Call dive to the left. That's where he went, but he was able to get over the defense by just a little bit.
Timeout taken on the field. We'll take it with him. With 6:54 left on our one-loss scoreboard, it's Snow Canyon driving up 21-7. Hey, did you know that Sand Hollow has 27 professional holes? Yeah, you can go golfing there. Plus, you can stay in the village or check out the show at the new Rock Bowl music venue. Follow them on Instagram or Facebook to keep up with events, or call 656-GOLF for tee times at Sand Hollow Resort. Mike, it goes without saying, you really can't give up more here if you're Crimson Cliffs in the first half. You've already given up 3 touchdowns. You have a hard time scoring more than about 15 points a game anyway. This is big.
Let's see what they do to handle this. 2nd down, and what is it, about 7 yards?
Yeah, ball sitting at the 23-yard line. By the way, Pineview just scored. It's now 14-all in that one. Hand off to the left side. And did the ball roll out of bounds, Mike?
Yeah.
Fumbled by Morris on the play, but he fumbled it forward and gained about 4 yards. Let's see, in high school, they should actually mark the ball where it went out of bounds. If it was pro or college, they'd mark it back where he fumbled.
Now, they took it back to where he fumbled, and I think
that's the incorrect call in high school.
I agree with you, because I think what he was, I don't know, they may have said, he actually looked to me like he was reaching it forward to try to stretch it. So maybe they're going to say, oh, wait a minute, he hit the ground. That's where the ball's down.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
So, nonetheless, it's 3rd and short.
3rd down, about 1.5 yards. The ball nudging up on the 18. They've got to get it just near the 16. Fry runs the option left side, keeps it himself. He's hit hard at the 17. He will not get the first down, Mike.
Right up against it. He's very, very close.
I think it's going to be
short. But I think it's no cigar. I'm agreeing with you.
Big hit on that one was by Benjamin Davies, the senior linebacker for Crimson. Wayne Alofopo, the D coordinator here at Crimson Cliffs High School, has done a great job. They haven't had much offense this year, but they've been in most games because of their defense.
Well, there's a name from out of the past, isn't it? Alofopo.
Yeah.
Dixie State, down to several of the local teams. Long time coach at Dixie.
Dixie High D coordinator and won some state championships with Coach Monkers. Snow Canyon wants to talk it over with 5:55 left in the first half on a 4th down and 1. We'll take the break. Be back in 50 seconds. Welcome back. Mike and Andy here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Big play in this game with a 21-7 Snow Canyon lead. Crimson Cliffs, they've shown some signs of life on defense. They had that special teams touchdown, but they can't afford to go down 3 touchdowns here, Mike, on 4th down and a yard.
Yeah, big play, more so, I think, for the Mustangs than it is for the Warriors. We'll see what they do right now.
It is Ta'anu'u, the running back, behind Fry. They hand it to him. He has a big haul to the right side and an easy first down. He needed a yard. He got about 3 or 4.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line that time, Andy. They wedged up in there and opened up a huge hole. When he got into the hole, he already had the first down. Then he picked up a few more yards. They're going to say he's down right around the 14-yard line.
By the way, my score reports on that Cedar Hurricane game, it was 14-0, not 14-9. They had a typo there. It is now 21-0. Cedar on their way, and not a surprise, right?
No, not a surprise at all.
Warriors now in the Team B Auto red zone. Ball at the 14.5-yard line. Let's see what Snow Canyon's got in store here. Their offensive line has dominated. And they hand the ball off. Ta'anua again. He gets inside the 10 and keeps his legs turning all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Probably about a half yard short of the first down, Mike, but it'll be second and very short.
Boy, where's this kid been? What a job he has been doing here tonight. Wesley Ta'anu'u, yeah, thank you. Senior, running back, 6 foot even. He's just strong. Boy, he gets those legs a punching, and they can't bring him down. Second and very short.
Ta'anu'u plays a lot of defense too, Mike, but obviously pressed into duty tonight with the injury to Bretton Stone. And that's a season ending, by the way, for Stone, so they're going to need Ta'anu'u and Tyden Morris and guys to step up. Ta'anu'u is the running back now behind Landon Fry. Fry gives to Ta'anu'u. No, he throws it, Mike, and it's caught for a touchdown. He faked me out good.
I think it's S1, isn't it? Yeah, Brooks
Esplin with the catch. Yep.
Receiving that. Again, pass, option, wow. He put the ball right in the gut, pulled it back, and then just kind of sailed it on that simple slant inside for the TD.
Things already getting a little bit ugly here. 27-7 with the Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point coming up. In Cedar, they're getting ugly too. 28-0 now. A pick 6 by Braxton Torres of Cedar. And the extra point, somehow that one squeezed through. I think they got a piece of it, Mike.
I think they did. It looked like it.
And went through anyway. So it's now 28-7 here on our one-loss scoreboard. Back right after this. We come back, another kick return possibility for Crimson. No, the ball bounces and actually goes out of bounds, Mike. That's going to get them the ball at the 35 or 40-yard line.
Almost got it. Went out of bounds at about the 1-yard line, but that'll bring it. Yeah, give, again, the Mustangs pretty good field position. Well, 4:20 to go in the first half, and now down 28-7. It is getting to that point where I think we need to see something offensively from the Mustangs.
Yeah, and that's been a struggle, not just in this game, all year long. You know, they've been shut out a couple of times. They've had an opportunity, Mike, to score, but not very much against teams like Cedar and Pineview. But the offense has been a work in progress, I guess is the best way to term that.
They're very young, and they're still building things up out here at the new school.
So they'll take over at the 35-yard line. Hansen stays in at quarterback, sends a man in motion, fakes a handoff, now runs quarterback draw right behind the running back, and will push forward for about 5 yards. And I hate to say it, Mike, but that's actually their best offensive play of the game, 5 yards.
Yeah, a lot of horses up in front of him, though, didn't he? I think they took the linemen, the backs, everybody, and just says, you get in front and get me somewhere. Well, they did, 5 yards.
Second down and 5 from the 40. Great field position after the kick out of bounds. And with the Mustangs down by a 28-7 count, a sustained drive. I hate to say it, even if they don't get points, at least you can keep Snow Canyon maybe from scoring again. Second and short. Hansen with a quick flicker, and it's dropped on the right side. Just tried to hurry and get rid of it. It was a little bit high, but you know what? You got to make that catch, right?
Yeah, Gunnar Orr was the man out here. And, again, I think it was a simple case of trying to run before you catch that football. He just didn't look it all the way into his hands. And that's huge because now, obviously, you have a third down and 5 yards to go.
3:41 and counting on the clock. It is 28-7 right now. Snow Canyon on top. I hate to say it, Mike, Crimson Cliffs has not gotten a first down yet. They got their only points on a kick return. They need a first down really bad right here on 3rd and 5. Hansen back to pass. No pressure. He'll run away from it. He'll throw over the middle, wide open, and that's caught for a first down. It'll be a gain of about 15 yards, but hey, when you get your first down, even 15 yards feels pretty darn good. And by the way, who made that catch? Mr. Touchdown, Trace Higgins.
There you go. I like what he did that time. The young quarterback did not panic. He got chased a little bit, but then he was able to look downfield. And good job by the wide out there to get in the middle of that zone and give him a good target.
First down and 10 on the plus side of the 50 are the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. 4 wide outs as they stay from the spread. They run a quick hitter. The ball is caught and fighting for a couple of yards on the right side. Nice target by Chase Hansen. Making the catch for Crimson Cliffs is number 83. That was Luke Messinger.
Yeah, again, just a sophomore.
Wow, a lot of 10th graders.
Yeah, there is. You look up and down the line here. In fact, there are very few 12s or seniors on the squad this year. Tough this year, but hopefully it'll pay big dividends down the line.
I can tell from personal experience, Mike. You know, my school, when I was in high school, West Jordan split off of Bingham between my freshman and sophomore year. And we were playing varsity as sophomores, and it was a learning curve. It was a learning experience, but we eventually got some things done. Handoff right side, and good yardage, and a good job to hang on to the football on the carry. Was that, no, it wasn't Leonard.
15, isn't it?
Yeah, that was 15 on the carry,
Bay.
Easton Drew-Bay.
Junior plays a little tight end and running back. And right now, this is the best sustained drive of the night so far for Crimson Cliffs, and they still have 2:45 to go.
Trying to get maybe into the Team D Auto's red zone. It's ball at the 25 now. Hansen sends a man in motion. That's Drew Bay. Throws the ball underneath. The ball is caught, I believe, Mike. Did he hang on?
Nah, I think he
pass
dropped
interference.
it.
Doesn't matter.
It was easy. It was an easy call. He got grabbed right before the ball got there. So that'll cost them.
That's one of those where the defender gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Those kind of contact, those happen a lot, but not usually when the ball's coming.
Right. Or at least, especially with the referee right behind you. Don't do that either. Hey, we certainly appreciate One Law making it easy with highly skilled, passionate lawyers. You can find more at attorneys 634-1LAW or onelaw.com.
Pass interference signaled, and we knew that was coming, and we'll get them the ball inside the Team D Auto red zone for the first time in this game.
Yeah, we're down to what, the 12 or 13-yard line?
2.5 on the clock. Crimson trying to match that last touchdown by Snow Canyon. Hanson back to pass. Tries a quick hitter, and it's off target, and probably lucky that wasn't on target because there were 2 defenders there waiting to pick it.
Yeah, pretty good defense that time by the Snow Canyon Warriors. He really didn't have much to look at, but he tried to thread it in there, so it's incomplete. Does stop the clock with 2:24 to go.
A game brought to you in part by Team D Auto. They're our Red Zone sponsors. They won't be beat. Now offering consignment as well. Go see Jason and Parker at Team D Auto, 488 East St. George Boulevard, or go to teamdautosales.com. 2nd down and 10. Hanson looks to the right side, underthrew it. A good catch, sliding catch made by the receiver. The referee says, yeah, he caught it. Messenger again on the catch. And a gain of about 4, maybe, Mike?
Yep, I think you're right.
3 or 4, just inside the 10 now.
Got 3rd down 6.
Yeah, they can get a first down at the 3.
Fans want to see something happen here. Well, some of the fans do.
2 wideouts to the right, running back and a receiver to the left. They hand to the running back. Lowering his shoulder is Drew Bay, and he's going to get a first down, I believe, down near the 3.
Second effort got it there, Andy. He was hit and slowed, and I thought, he's going down, but then he got one more burst. Well, actually, they're going to stop and not first down.
Timeout. First down and goal to go. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break with 1:37 left in the half. It's 28-7. One minute, 37 seconds on the clock right now as another penalty, Mike? No, they're going to stay right at the 3-yard line. So it'll be first down and goal, Mustangs at the 3. They've given up 28. They're trying to get to 14 here. Chase Hansen, the quarterback. Hands to Drew Bay, the running back. He dives toward the goal line. He won't get there. And that big Snow Canyon D-line will push the pile backward.
Yeah, he actually did he dive? It kind of looked like he was going to jump into that line. That's where you jump, you stop in midair, and you go the other way.
And by the way, that was actually Creed Leonard on the carry, but he's back out, and Drew Bay is back in at running back. And they're going to give him a yard, so it'll be second and goal from the 2.
Minute 5 remaining in this first half.
Warriors looking for a goal line stand here. Hanson to pass. Throws the ball to the corner. It's caught for a touchdown. Beautiful pass by Chase Hansen. And the Mustangs have their second TD of the game.
Yeah, that was excellent, Andy. As the wideout came in, as he turned and went back out, he actually slipped and went down. I personally believe the defense softened just a little bit, but what a pass to the backside shoulder. Perfectly thrown, caught, and 6.
I believe that was Drew Bay on the catch. It's 28-13. Just got a score on the over text. Cedar now 35-0 in the first half against Hurricane.
Wow.
Ouch. Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point. It's not real high, but it's high enough to go over the crossbar. And the lead has been cut to 28-14. We'll keep it right here now with under a minute to go in the half. I did want to thank, again, let's see, who haven't I thanked yet? Simply Wisdom Teeth. Always a great low price of $899 to get all 4 Wisdom Teeth pulled, including Sedation Mike, with over 400 5-star reviews. These guys are getting it done. Check out what people are saying about Dr. Hendrickson at Simply Wisdom Teeth. Go to simplywisdomteeth.com.
Well, as you pointed out, we're just a couple of ticks under 1 minute remaining here in the first half, and I think it could be a big swing time in this game if the Warriors can get something going, or if Crimson can stop the, just hold on and keep the defense or the offense from moving. As I recall, Warriors got the ball first, so it'll be the Mustangs in the second half, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of it depends on what happens on this kick, Mike. If they get a decent return and they have the ball, say, at the 35 or so, they might try to go for it with under a minute to go. If they're back at inside their own 25 or 20, they're probably just going to run the clock out.
And we're about to find out what's going to happen.
Here's the kickoff. It's short enough to be returned. In fact, it's going to be taken at about the 8 or 9 yard line. Looking to get outside to the 20, to the 25, and out of bounds and down right there. So it's kind of between what we were saying, Mike. You get about to the 27. Now what do you do with 49 ticks on the clock?
Maybe you'll try one or something to kind of see if they can see something in the defense to take advantage of. If that doesn't work or if they don't see anything, they'll just maybe run the clock out. 2 touchdown lead right now for the Warriors here as we come up on the half.
Thanks so much to Intermountain Sports Medicine. They provide the trainers for all our Region 9 teams. That includes here at Crimson Cliffs, Ashley Wollum. Is that right, Mike? Am I saying that right? And Dewan Shakespeare from Snow Canyon. Known Dewan for a long time. Good guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So from the 27, let's see what they're going to do. Snow Canyon is going to pass. Landon Fry back to pass, throws the ball underneath, and a fight for the ball. Was it caught? Nope,
No.
Incomplete.
He dove, he being Jordan Wade there for the Warriors, but he couldn't quite get the hands up and underneath that one, the very low throw. But still, 43 seconds remaining.
Wade, a 6'3" junior, pretty good target, but that ball was just thrown a little too far out in front by Landon Fry.
Well, let's see. Did the Warriors maybe try to go to the well one more time here? I mean, if they hit one, they're going to keep going there. You know that. 2nd
down and 10. Maybe you try a draw play. If your guy gets a first down, then you hurry up and keep going. See that a lot in football.
Yep.
Nope, he is going to pass. Fry looking right the whole way. Throws it underneath.
Oh, wow.
Ball's a little too high and a good hit. A little Sand Hollow hit on that high pass. The ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, it was perfectly timed on that hit just as the hands got to the football. So now it is 3rd down and still 10 yards to go with 37 seconds remaining. I'd say now you got to go for the 10 yards to keep the ball in your hands.
I'd say now you run the ball, make them use a timeout because they've already used a couple.
Yep.
Well, at least one anyway.
Well, I don't know. Trips to the
they got
near
trips,
side.
Yeah. That could be a QB draw, a little decoy, Mike. What do you think?
We'll see.
Fry will pass the football. Throws it to the right side. Ball off the receiver's hands and out of bounds. And, boy, Snow Canyon uses, Mike, about, if you count the kick, they used about 19 seconds on that drive. And they're going to have to give it back to Crimson with 32 to go. I think, again, now we're going to depend on the kick on what Crimson decides to do to it.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I'm just thinking right there, those last 3 passes, I'm going to say it probably the worst passes of the first half for the quarterback. He appeared to either rushing it or just could not find his target.
So 32 on the clock. Punter is in. They've got one man back deep. Is that Higgins? Can't see. You got to turn sideways so I can see your number, young fella. It's not Higgins. The kick is away. He runs up to make the catch, and he just before he gets plowed under, he makes the catch.
Now Snow Canyon is making mistakes in this game, Andy, that could really come back to bite them big time. They've had 2 big fouls on them. That one I think is going to be hitting an unprotected play. Got the fair catch, and he was snowed under by the Warriors.
I did not see the fair catch, Mike, so I didn't think he fair caught it, but sideline warning on Snow Canyon and a personal foul on Snow Canyon. He's looking for a number. We don't need the number. We know what it is. So it will be.
Well, there is no foul, apparently. I'm wrong.
Wow. They didn't call a penalty.
I guess he may not have got the hand up for the fair catch. I thought he did.
So it will be 1st and 10 from the 45. 25 ticks on the clock for Chase Hansen and company. Hansen runs a quarterback draw, tries to get outside. He does to the 50, to the 46-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. See if they use a timeout. They do.
And they do. Last one, I believe. With 15 seconds, he got 9, so they keep themselves rolling. Well, in the first half, it looked to be mostly Warriors, but I tell you, the last 5 or 6 minutes of the half, it kind of swung over to the Mustangs.
A game brought to you in part by Luke Udy. Shopping for insurance isn't as fun as watching your favorite team win until you save a ton of money on home, auto, or life insurance. Call Luke Udy today at 435-251-9102. 251-9102 for Luke Udy Insurance. And we also appreciate Team D Auto Sales and One Law. Mike will have at the InfoWest Halftime Report a full look at the Wilkinson stat line. We'll also have a look at the scoreboard brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. And Pineview just tried a field goal to take the lead at halftime. It was no good.
Oh.
So it's going to go in that battle for region supremacy. Dixie and Pineview all tied up at 14 at the half.
Apropos, I would say, between those two teams, although Dixie is the home field in this one. At least in high school football this year, you do have a home field advantage. Kind of like the NBA.
Unlike playing on a neutral floor. You talk about the NBA, the lowest ratings in about 30 years for the NBA Finals this year.
I could say a whole bunch more, but I think I'll just sit here and say, okay.
Just leave it at that.
I am.
2nd and 1, 15 seconds on the clock. Crimson does have one more timeout. Hansen wants to go over the top. Ball a little too far. He had a guy open on the deep post, but it just a little bit overthrown. And with 10 seconds to go, they got maybe one or two more shots at it. They do have a timeout, Mike.
Oh, got one more? All
yep,
right.
They got one more.
We'll see what happens there. So, be sure and join us here at the half. We really do appreciate all of our great sponsors, including Nets on Fire. Check them out. Back to school training specials. Sign up. Nets on Fire, building champions both on and off the court.
So, 3rd and 1, but down doesn't matter. We're under 10 seconds to go. Hansen being chased, gets away from one guy, gets away from another. Now he throws the ball deep downfield, and there's nobody home. And a late hit, Mike, as the clock expires, and it might be one untimed down for Crimson. I believe we're going to have a roughing the passer.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
And Hansen
one.
is down, Mike. He is down.
He looks hurt, doesn't he?
Yep.
Big number 57. That's McKeever. Big offensive lineman. I didn't see because I was looking down the field.
Hansen is up. He walks off under his own power. He's a little bit mad. You could tell. I mean, he's spitting fire, and he's not happy. Now, he was injured on the play. I don't know that they stopped play, Mike, to get him off the field, so he might be able to go back out and try this one untimed down. There are a couple of flags down, but I think they're all the same penalty. I think it's going to be a personal foul on Snow Canyon.
Yeah, and whatever happened down there, obviously you don't want anybody to get hurt. It really shouldn't have been a part of the play because the pass was way over top anybody. He just panicked and thought, I got to pop this thing in the air.
Personal foul on McKeever. There we go. I don't know if you can hear the official, but there will be one. Because it's a defensive penalty, there will be one untimed down after a 15-yard mark-off. That should, Mike, put the ball. Well, now we got another flag just came flying in.
And he's looking right at the hometown bench here.
I think one of the coaches on the sideline just got a penalty for unsportsmanlike. I think he's mad at the hit that his quarterback took.
I think you're right, but that's going to cost him, I'm going to assume, after the half. But we'll have to wait and see as they work this one out. Yeah, he kind of looked right at one of the coaches here.
He's still hot, that coach. They're actually holding him back. Now, as it is, Mike, but if there's no mark-off on this play, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 31. Sideline warning, Mike. So they do not they'll not have a mark-off, and so Crimson will have a chance with one untimed down, the ball at the 31. That's not a real, and we're not talking Hail Mary with the ball at the 31.
Right, yeah. Interesting there. So obviously those sideline warnings was one against Snow Canyon and one against them, because I thought if you get two, it becomes a penalty.
That's right. The second one is a penalty. They do get one play. Hansen, back to pass, throws the ball over the top. It's a jump ball. It is caught at the 4-yard line, but the clock's off, and he can't get in the end zone.
Wow.
Great catch, but it's going to all go for naught for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs.
Talk about wild ending to the first half here.
That was Trace Higgins again. He made a nice catch, but you got to get into the end zone when there's no time on the clock, and he could not. So, well, step aside. We're going to take a 3-minute break here at the half. 3-minute timeout. We'll catch our breath, add up some statistics for you, and have the InfoWest halftime report. At the break, right now, it is Snow Canyon 28 and Crimson Cliffs 14. Welcome back. We're at the half InfoWest halftime report, and the score is 28-14. Mike, I'm not going to lie to you. If somebody would have said, "Hey, Andy, the final is this game's going to be 17-6," I'd have been like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." Well, it's halftime, and we have 6 touchdowns on the board. 4 by Snow Canyon, 2 by Crimson Cliffs. Are you as surprised as I am?
I am. Yeah, I got to admit, I am. Snow Canyon came out, and after they scored their first touchdown and then their second touchdown, I thought these guys are off to the races. They're looking good. It was huge when finally the Mustangs could get something on that, what was it, 83-yard kick return for the
Trace
touchdown.
Higgins. Yep.
And then I think from whatever it was, momentum really flipped here, and the Mustangs come up with their second touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, already they got more points than we thought they'd have in the entire game, and now I don't know what to expect in the second half.
I know this. We did not expect 6 touchdowns in the first half by these two teams combined. Having said that, Mike, you look at Crimson Cliffs and their, you look at their season, kind of their body of work. They scored 20 on Manti, then they had 0-7 and then they scored 40 on Canyon View, and then 10, 7, and 15. So one time this year have they scored more than 20 points in a game, Mike. And right now there's 28 on the board, and I'm going to say, well, Snow Canyon's no Canyon View, Mike. And so really the truth of the matter is it's going to be hard for Canyon View to get to 28, and if they give up any more, they're in big trouble.
Canyon View or Crimson?
Crimson, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. I was hanging on every word you said, Andy, so you threw me there
that.
just a little bit. But, absolutely, I agree with that. And they really got to turn things around. Now, saying that, too, of course, at the beginning, Snow Canyon won the flip and elected to receive. So, in the second half, it will be Crimson. And, again, I know I say it over and over, and so do just about every other announcer, but the opening minutes of that third quarter could be huge in the tail of this game. If Crimson can get this little bit of momentum they've had, keep that going, get some more points on the board, it's a different story. If Snow Canyon can shut them down or take it away in some way and score themselves, it'll make it even that much harder.
It's halftime here at Crimson Cliffs High School. All the kids are out there on the field dancing. That's cute. Mike is not cute. Sorry, Mike.
It's all right. I'm old.
I think there's one person on this planet that thinks you're cute.
Yes,
Julie.
She's home not listening to this game.
That's
right.
Now. I know that's true because my wife isn't either. Halftime brought to you by InfoWest. For the fastest internet in southern Utah and local support, trust the internet people at InfoWest. Go to InfoWest.com to sign up today. Mike, in this game, we talked about Crimson Cliff and their offensive struggles, but late in the half, their offense actually looked pretty good.
It really did. The kids were starting to come together. I thought Hansen kind of settled out well that one time. He threw it 27 feet over the guy's head, but he did get a cut. And that last pass, even though I know it was a Hail Mary, that was actually a very good pass. And the receiver went up and got it, but you see that the Warriors had 3 defenders there to make sure he didn't advance beyond that as Klein. Well, it already run out, but the last play of the first half. But I think you're right. I think we saw them take a little step up. And, again, if that momentum stays with them, this could be a different ball game.
Completed it for 27 yards on that last play
Not,
of the half.
Yeah,
and,
excellent.
Had they had 5 more seconds, they could have maybe got at least 3 points out of it, but they did not. So let's take a look at the Wilkinson stat line here at the half. Our, again, stats brought to you by Wilkinson's. Light It Up Region 9. Take state from the light experts at Wilkinson's. Lights, fans, and fixtures, plus unusual items like board games. Contractors and homeowners can rely on Wilkinson's across from Fiesta Fun in St. George. Total offense in the first half, Mike, Crimson Cliffs, they've got him for 72 yards, but they didn't add that untimed play. They were still trying to figure out how to get that in there.
Yeah.
But that would put them at 99 yards in the first half. That's not a lot, but considering they had no first downs through the first quarter plus, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not always what did you do, it's what did you do lately. And they did kind of come through with something, although I think it's still an upward path for the Mustangs.
For Snow Canyon, they had 30 offensive plays and racked up 193 yards. That's 102 rushing, and, of course, the rest, 91 yards passing in the first half. Landon Fry was 9 for 13. Meanwhile, Chase Hansen, 5 for 13. Actually, 6 for 14. He's, again, still trying to factor in that last play statistically. Crimson, actually 3 out of 6 on third downs and 1 out of 2 on fourth downs. And for Snow Canyon, 1 for 5 on third, but 3 for 3 on fourth down conversions, Mike, and all 3 of those were big plays.
I was also thinking there, you gave those stats. If I recall right, you said that, let's see, Landon Fry was 9 for 13?
Yeah.
That means he was 9 for 10 until that final series because he missed 3 consecutive passes.
That's right.
If my memory serves me right, and sometimes
right.
it leaves me alone. But so he had a very good first half, but boy, things really flipped down the stretch.
Couple of big turnovers were factored in his first half by Crimson Cliffs. One of them, obviously, the pick 6 on a screen pass in which a lineman said thanks and walked into the end zone. But Snow Canyon, if you remember, they had a fumble on a punt return, so there was plus 1 for Snow Canyon on the takeaways. And then penalties, Mike. I mean, I hate to say it, but Snow Canyon wants to be a championship team. They have 5 penalties for 60 yards, and quite frankly, a couple of those were just dumb.
That was going to be my word. You got it right. They were dumb. I have a grandson. He's 13 years old. Whenever you ask him What would you do if you wanted to tell people how to be good? And he goes, don't be dumb. So I'm going to say, guys, don't be dumb if you want to go further in football.
I had I don't know if you ever watched the television show The Goldbergs. You ever see that show? It's a kind of an 80s period.
I've seen a little
show.
bit, yeah.
And the dad always says to his kids, don't be a moron. And they're like, why do you have to be so mean? He's like, no, you don't understand. I'm not calling you a moron. I'm saying don't be a
one.
moron.
Okay.
You're not a moron, but you're going to be in situations where you could do some pretty moronic things, like watching a guy call a fair catch and hitting him anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't be a moron. Make good decisions. And I think Snow Canyon, again, those are things they've got to clean up if they want to be a championship. And there's a lot of football left. I know we only have one regular season game left after this, but the playoffs are 4 and 5 weeks long. I know Snow Canyon has championship aspirations. You can't commit 60 yards worth of penalties in a half.
Yeah. I just want to mention one quick thing because it just occurred out here. They actually brought out the 4A state
No,
golf
I was going to bring it up.
champions.
You beat me on it, yeah.
And congratulations to Crimson. And also, is it Schoen or Shoney?
Lucas Schoen.
Lucas Schoen, the 4A medalist this year.
Gold man.
I read in the paper, and you probably did too, but I liked his comment. He goes, I know how the number 2 guy feels. I've been there.
He was it last year, yeah.
And so, boy, what a year for the golf
The
team.
thing that was astounding to me, Mike, is they won the state championship by 45 strokes. They had their 4 counters. You know, in golf you have 6 guys golf and only 4 of them count. Their 4 counters finished in the top 8. They had like 1st, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 7th or something like that. It was amazing, and that's domination right there.
Amen, and what a year for Region 9 because that number 2 team
Desert
was Desert Hills. So.
And our very own Devin Dixon, his son Boston, was on that Desert Hills team. He actually was 8th in the state as a freshman. And that's all state, Mike. If you finish in the top 8, you're all state. So how about little Boston Dixon?
Amen. Nice job there, Boston.
Another really good golfer, a friend of mine, Nancy McAllister, her grandson, is Boston Bracken, who finished 3rd in the state.
There you go.
And he is a freshman.
There's a lot of great young athletes around here.
Imagine being that good at golf that young.
I'd like to be good at golf ever in my life.
Well, if you're not now, you're probably not going to be.
I know.
All right, let's go over some scores brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. We appreciate Hearst. Let's see if I can find the right thing to read here. Oh, there it is. Check out all the hot buys at Hearst General Store, Ace Hardware, located in the heart of St. George on the corner of Boulevard and Bluff Street and on Main Street in Cedar City. Hearst is open 7 days a week to serve you with a variety of products and prices that please. We're gonna play a little game here. It's kind of like word association, only it's score association for Mike. We'll start with our game. Your first thing that comes to your mind when I say at the half, Snow Canyon 28, Crimson 14.
More points than we thought there was going to be in this one already.
That's a good reaction. All right, we'll go to game number 2. I'm gonna save the big one for a minute later. Let's go Cedar Hurricane. The Reds at the half, Mike. It's not 28. It's not 35. It's 42-0 at the half.
And I hate to say this one, I really do. Not surprised in the least. The Tigers they've really, really struggled this year. And it looks like the better red team showed up this night because they've been a little up and down.
Mike was a little surprised at this score in this game that there were so many points. He was not surprised at all at Cedar and their 42 points at the half. But, no. Mike, I'm going to surprise you. Near halftime, Canyon View 14, Desert Hills 7.
That shocks me. I'll just say it. That's shocking. Canyon View come out the year they start 3-0, but it was against non-conference teams that weren't the best teams. Yeah. And then they kind of went and they've been bombed by a couple of teams, and
including Crimson Cliffs,
and so I know Desert Hills has lost a couple of games, but they look good. I am shocked. I am surprised. I would even have said maybe if those scores had been reversed, but they're not.
And that's even still surprising. I would have put D Hills up 21 points at half or whatever, but it is 14-7. By the way, Gunnar Hatch and Tyler Main with TDs in the first half for Canyon View, and Desert Hills Ethan Ford with an 11-yard pass from Noah Fuilatolo. I only butchered it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, we got your reaction on those 3. What about the game that may go a long way in deciding who our region champion is? At the half, Dixie 14, Pineview 14.
That's kind of what I expected.
Okay.
I will say that. I thought it would be a good, close game. To me, Andy, you've got two teams there that are good. They're solid. They got some good and bad on both offense and defense, but they both have the ability to, when the kind of things are turned against them, to turn it around and come up with some big things. Pineview has come back. Dixie has come back this year. Dixie's at home. I maybe would have thought the Flyers might have been up 1.5, but I'm not surprised at 14 each.
And remember, Dixie scored 14 in the first quarter.
Right.
And Pineview had nothing. Pineview scored 14 in the second quarter, and Dixie had nothing. And the Panthers drove down and with 3 seconds on the clock tried a field goal from only about 23, 24 yards out and missed it.
Shanked it.
It actually should be 17-14, Pineview on top. But right now, again, it is a 14-14 game. Here it's 28-14, Snow Canyon on top. We're going to try, I believe, take a final 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with the second half, the Warriors and the Mustangs, in 2 minutes. All right, we're back here. Not sure what the status is over on KDXU. We've had some personnel situations tonight. I know this. We're back, and we're ready for the second half as the clock winds down. These two teams stretch and get ready for half number 2. Mike, I don't want to put too much emphasis on the first drive of the second half, but having said that, I'm going to. If Crimson Cliffs can actually put a drive together, go down the field, and score a touchdown, we've got a one score game, and it's a whole new ball game.
You know, Andy, you and I have been doing these games together for many, many years. And one of the things that I know we've talked about a lot, and that is how momentum plays into games. And so having said that, I agree 100% with you. I will put pressure on that first place series because I think a lot depends. You think about it. Here's a team that was down, big, 28-7. They come back. They got it going. Now they're going to get the ball to start the second half. If they can go down, get some points, wow, are they feeling good? And maybe Snow Canyon's rocking back a little bit. On the other hand, should the Warriors stop them, hold them, take it away, whatever they do, they're going to say, okay, now we can go to work.
It is third quarter, ready to go here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Andy and Mike live from Mustang Stadium. We appreciate, again, all our great sponsors that have helped get us on the air. Halftime was brought to you by InfoWest, the Internet people. We will be looking, Mike, for a Dash Trucking Player of the Game. We'll be looking for an AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. And, Mike, we already have our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. It's 25 or more. Snow Canyon with 28. So after the game tonight, go over to Yogurtland. 5 ounces of free yogurt. Now, if you're like me, you're going to pile on a whole bunch more and end up paying some. But the first 5 ounces are free, and it's paid for by Holbrook Asphalt.
That's right. Bottom line is, it costs you less for what you get because of the 5 free ounces.
It's not free for me, but it's
a
less.
Sale.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. It's like half price because I'm going to get 10 ounces probably. Problem is they have too dang many good ingredients.
I know, that's the tough one.
Little onside kick. It goes to the ground, but Crimson recovers it. Mike, what kind of call is that? Wow.
Okay, I'm trying to be. Should I? Stupid.
No, you need to strip it down and tell it like it is right here.
Don't
Mike.
be stupid. What was I saying?
Don't be a moron.
There you go. Don't be. I'm really shocked. I mean, to me, you've set them up now with a little momentum shifter. They got the ball in midfield.
I don't understand that call. If you're down maybe 2 touchdowns, or if it's tied and you want to gamble a little bit, but you're up 2 touchdowns, all you have to do is have your defense go out and get a stop, and you can put the game away. Now, Crimson with the ball at midfield. They recover the onside kick. Hanson, the quarterback, hands it off to his running back, Creed Leonard, tries to get wide, and that's going to be a mistake as Leonard is going to lose yardage.
Still going.
Keeps his feet churning and maybe gets back to the line, but and a lot of determination by Creed Leonard, Mike, but that was doomed from the beginning.
Yeah, it absolutely was. I've seen a lot tonight. Maybe it's easy to sit up and be a little bit critical, but they're not wrapping up the tacklers on both sides now. You grab them, they spin, Let's go back to the basics of football. Wrap them up. By the way, he ended up losing
a yard.
Yeah,
yep. It could have been 4 or 5.
Amen.
So.
Yep.
30 seconds into the second half, Crimson with good field position after the failed onside kick. Pineview, by the way, scores a touchdown right out of the second half, but has the extra point blocked. So 2014 Panthers, and back to pass is Hanson, and he is body slammed. Big loss on the play, and maybe that's why you try the onside kick, because your defense is going to come out and do that.
See, now that's huge, I think, for Snow Canyon. That play was doomed again from the very beginning, and that offensive line can't hold off the defense.
Caden Hardy again with the play. Caden Hardy with the sack, and now it's 3rd down, and they actually only spotted at the 46, so 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit deeper loss than that, but nonetheless.
Pretty good spot on the play, I guess, huh?
From my perspective, but I'm not down on the floor or the field either.
Cedar scored to start the third quarter. It's on our Hearst Ace Hardware, 48-0 now. Cedar over Hurricane, and timeout Crimson Cliffs. We're going to keep it right here with 10.5 to go in the third quarter. We appreciate all our great sponsors in this game. They include, our big hits brought to you by Sand Hollow Resort. Our Clock and Time brought to you by Nets on Fire. Our Kicks brought to you by Simply Wisdom Teeth. Mike, you can get all 4 of those wisdom teeth out for $899, and that includes sedation.
Ooh.
They'll take you out to your car in a wheelchair, and they'll even hold you still while your parents videotape your embarrassment of being on those drugs.
Okay, you were good until that last one right there. I'm a little bit worried, but I know what that's. I've had some implants too put in, so I've kind of been through.
They give you the happy drugs on those?
No, actually, they give me just a local anesthetic. I'm tough.
You are tough. You are tough.
I tell everybody that too.
But check out Simply Wisdom Teeth. Online, simplywisdomteeth.com is the website. And Dr. Hendrickson has an amazing 400 5-star reviews, Mike.
Wow. That says a lot, doesn't it? He's doing some things right. Well, that last play sets up 3rd down and long right now, Andy, for the home team. And you can tell there were some things they didn't like, because that's a very quick timeout here in the second half.
Yeah, you probably need to find a way to roll your quarterback. That might, honestly, with the hit he took and the body slam, maybe that was just to give Chase Hansen his wits about him. Let him rest for a minute. They run a reverse, trying to get outside. They do get outside to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, and pound it out of bounds. Good tackle along the sideline to keep that from being a first down. The hit on the play was Gunnar Orr, yep.
And that was, I thought when he turned that corner he was going to make it, but what a big hit by Orr. He met him and they went sideways. So now it's 4th down and about 3 or 4 yards. Looks like they're going to punt the ball away.
Yeah, don't be a moron, right? Punt the ball.
That's right. Just punt it, boys.
So it will be 4th and 3. He is in a regular punt formation. Snap. Kick is good. Nice high kick. Fair catch called at the 20. Fumbled. And I believe the Mustangs have it at the 10-yard line.
Unbelievable. I tell you what, don't be stupid. That's going to become my save for the night. Andy, again, I know it's easy to pick on him, and I feel sorry for the kids, I do. But he was looking at them, and at the last second started waving one arm. That left him one arm to catch the football, which he did not do, by the way.
So another break for the Mustangs, a second turnover for the Warriors. And it will be 1st down and 10. Is it goal, Mike? Are they? Nope.
No, they're at the 11. Yep.
1st and 10 at the 11. Crimson with the football.
Got some good chatter on the near side now.
Hansen gives to the running back, and nothing there. Ball on the ground. I thought it came out. I thought his knee was down, Mike, and that's what the official is saying too. Yeah.
Yep, official said, yeah, you're right, absolutely. So I think they're going to give him a yard gain or just a line of scrimmage.
That was Drew Bay on the carry, and actually I think he lost a yard.
I'm going to say he did lose a yard.
So it'll be second down and 11. They're in the Team D Auto red zone with 9:40 and counting here in the third quarter. Mustangs, if they can get a score here, this changes the outlook of this football game.
To me, it's a whole new ball game because right now the Warriors are not looking good.
Second down and 11 from the 12. Hansen, the quarterback, throws the fade in the corner. Got a guy out there and overthrew it by inches. That should have been a touchdown. Trying to get Trace Higgins, but just a little bit over his head.
And a nice job, a little circle route. He got out there. He was wide open in that corner. The pass just a little bit too tall, so that'll now set up third and 11 back at the 13-yard or 12-yard line.
Yeah. Third and 11 at the 12 with 9:19 on the clock. Clock stopped at the moment. And, Mike, I don't think a field goal matters here. I think you can break this down into two plays, maybe throwing a little hook, a little hitch, trying to get 5, 6, 7 yards, and then set up a fourth down and short. Let's see what they do. Hansen
they need it.
rolls to the right side, looking out there, throws it underneath. The ball is caught and actually wrestled for, and they're going to blow it dead. There was Mike, that was like a jump ball in basketball.
Wasn't it? They both had the ball, but I think the right call was made because it looked like the offensive receiver did kind of gain control. Problem, though, is that it was good for nothing.
Yeah, it was good for
mine is good for nothing.
Yeah.
I've been told that myself.
So
they're going to try a field goal.
They will try a field goal. Simply Wisdom Teeth kick. Ball placed right at the 20. It'll be a 30-yard field goal. Kick is up, and he got it, Mike.
Wow.
28-17 is our count with 8:36 left in the third quarter. Pretty good effort there by that young man because that was a tough angle. It was on the right hash mark.
It's kind of ugly, but they count the same as really purty ones. So
was that 80, the Branson Thane, the kicker, Mike, or did I get the number wrong?
I'm going to see what I've got on.
Oh, it was 30, Ryan Woolley.
Okay.
Number 30, Ryan Woolley with the three-pointer. And Crimson Cliffs comes out. They get a score. Mike, you go, we're down 2 touchdowns. What good is 3 points? Well, you never know what's going to happen. So you could come down and kick a field goal. You could get 2 scores still in the game. You just never know. I think you got to take points when you can get them.
Snow Canyon could fumble inside the red zone again.
Yeah, that's happened.
Try an onside kick. That's I don't know. I'm being a little bit rough on them, but Snow Canyon, boy, I tell you that to me, they've got to get a hold of this game and turn things around here.
Showed really, really good offense early in the contest. And since then, Mike, about midway second quarter, they haven't done anything offensively.
Well, it's 10-0 run right now, I think, by Crimson.
Yeah. Yep. Kickoff by Woolley is short, taken at about the 9-yard line. The run back to the right side to the 20, to the 25. Breaks a tackle, gets out across the 30, maybe the 32-yard line, and that's where Snow Canyon will start it. Now, Mike, they can calm everything down right now by putting a drive together and scoring.
Right.
All that we've been talking about wouldn't matter if they go up 35-17.
Yeah, I'm going to back off on my don't be dumb stuff, too. just a little bit here. But, no, it's a good point, Andy. They really got to try to, again, get momentum back on their side. Now, the same thing, of course, for the Mustangs. They can really keep things rolling for them if they can come up with a 3-and-out or whatever right here or a pick or something and get going the other way.
By the way, Pineview gets a stop on 4th and 1. The Panthers take over, leading 20-14 over Dixie. First down and 10 for the Warriors. Trying to move the football. They hand the ball off. Nice cut there by Morris. And he'll get about 5 yards. They had set the edge. He couldn't get outside. He does a good job of cutting up inside.
Once again, when that tackle finally was made, there was no less than 5 Mustangs in on that pushing. Now, I know some get there a little bit late, but I tell you what, they're gang tackling out there and did give up 5 yards.
That's the defense with a lot of pride. Even though they've lost a lot of games, they've been able to keep some of the best offenses in the entire state. They've been able to keep it down, Mike.
Boy, I tell you, that is such a trademark of a Wayne Alofa-led team.
Morris, the running back behind Landon Fry on second down. Morris gets a handoff. He's bumped sideways. Still going, tries to get around the edge. He does get to the sideline and is pounded out at about the 40, maybe 40 and a half. That'll bring up a big third down for these Warriors.
And I'm very impressed with the running of that young man here tonight. He hasn't broken off any 30, 40-yard runs. But boy, he runs so hard, and he's always looking for that extra yard or two.
How old did you say your oldest grandson was? 17?
17.
So Tyden Morris is younger than your grandson.
How about that?
Third down and a yard now for Snow Canyon. Trips to the right side for Fry and company. Morris looked like he leaned a little early. They throw a little wide receiver screen. That's caught for a first down. Pretty good play call by Tim Nowatzki, the O-coordinator for Snow Canyon, to fake the handoff and just throw that quick wide receiver screen.
And it was well concealed. I thought that they bid on that fake inside on the run, and the wideout was wide open. He didn't get a ton of yards, but he did pick up a very important first down.
Needed one, got 4 or 5, and Brandon Goff gets the first down, and the Warriors keep the drive alive. First down and 10 at the 48-yard line.
7 minutes to go here at 28-17 right now. Warriors still up in this one.
Fry hands off to Morris. Morris matriculates to the right side, gets a first down before he goes out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
Again, this is kind of back to what we saw very early in this game, and a very consistent play by the offense of Snow Canyon. They're starting to move this football. They haven't gotten any points out of it yet, but we'll see. They're looking much better.
First and 10 from the 40. And I say inside the 40, I mean literally right inside the 40. And actually the center just moved it back to on the 40.
There we go.
On the Crimson Cliff side of the 50-yard line. They hand off, fake it to this fly sweep guy. They give it to Morris. Morris runs for another first down as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28.
Did we get another flag here on the near side?
We have an injured player for sure. There is a flag too, I believe.
Yeah, I think there's a flag right down here on the near side. I don't know what happened. I mean, it's standing where you would expect maybe something against the near sideline. But I already saw something in the backfield there.
Injury timeout at the moment.
Yeah.
6:39 on the clock. As the Pineview Panthers, I believe, just scored a touchdown, Mike. The referees are discussing. No, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Wow.
Dominic McKenzie on the throw from Bunnell. Hersey's Hardware scoreboard. Pineview 20, Dixie 14. Pineview knocking on the door. As Bunnell, what is that, about a 37-yard pass that got him inside the 1-yard line.
I'll tell you, take nothing away from the Panthers this year. They are a quality team. They're never out of a game.
You know, I think one thing we forget, too, they went undefeated and won region as an undefeated team last year. Now, they didn't do so well in the state semis, but that's a team that is looking at back-to-back undefeated region seasons.
Yep, absolutely. Playing very well. And what a very popular, well-liked coach over there. Kids like him. The folks like him. Things are working pretty good. And to take nothing away from Dixie, right now, Pineview's taking it away from
I say this about Hosner. He was a pretty fiery guy about 20 years ago when he took that job.
He was
very emotional man, a young man. And he has, with many of it, like many of us, has seasoned with age and really calmed down.
Yeah. Being very careful with that young man, almost as if it's well, I'm not going to speculate. He's being very precarious with that arm wrist or something. But
I believe that is Kanohi, 24, right, Mike? Is it 24 or 34?
No, I think you're right, 24.
And it is a penalty.
And it's against the Mustangs.
Yep.
They marked the ball now, down inside the 25, about the 23.5-yard line. So Warriors right now with 6:39 to go in the third quarter, Andy, trying to retake control of this one.
And by the way, how about Dixie? They get a goal line stand, actually get a turnover in the end zone and take over at their own 20-yard line. Pineview, 2 big turnovers, actually 3 big turnovers in that game. And, I always say that. So you're playing a good team. You can't give them extra opportunities. They'll make you pay.
That is right. Wow, got some good games going on in Region 9.
Landon Fry, quarterback drive to the right side. They got hands on him early, and he's going to end up losing a yard on the play. Pretty good fake. He made it look like it was going to be a handoff to fly sweep or maybe even an option to the left, and then he cut back to the right.
Pretty good fake, but there was about 2 defenders who didn't take it because they were standing right there and ready to bring him down. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. He's good. I mean, he's got pretty good feet. He carries the ball a lot, leading carrier. Well, now he is.
Yeah,
With Stone
out for the season.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10. Tide Morris, by the way, has done a great job in relief of Bretton Stone, the sophomore. Hands it off. Nope, it's a play-action pass. They try the slant, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit too far out in front of him. He left his feet to try to get a hand on it. But now, Andy, it is 3rd down and 10 yards to go. And this, what was rolling right down the field offense for Snow Canyon, has suddenly come to a grinding halt.
Yeah, big play here. Ball at the 23, 3rd down and 10. Snow Canyon ahead in this game 28-17, but they were up 28-7. Trying to see some of that momentum back, and the only way to do that is score points.
Yeah.
Fry comes out with trips to the left side. One wide receiver to the right. Morris in the backfield with him, taking their time on this 3rd and 10 play. Send Morris in motion. And it's a quarterback draw. Fry trying to get to the outside this time, and he flicks it. It's a run-pass option. It's completed the 15 and down to the 11-yard line. What a great decision at the last second by Landon Fry.
Yeah, I like that. Absolutely nice job there to get that pass out. Brenton Childs, by the way, the guy with the reception. And that's what they've been able to do with Landon Fry as the QB.
So mark the ball at the 13, and they're going to say, Mike, is it not a first down?
Well, now they moved the chains.
There we go. I was wondering why the chains hadn't moved
yet.
yet.
I was too. I kept looking to see, but you're right. They just did get it. So big play that time.
1st down and 10. They can get a 1st down at the about the 3.5-yard line.
Yep.
Fry, the quarterback, from the gun. And they fake the fly sweep. Fry keeps it up the middle himself to the 10, to the 5, pounded down at the 4-yard line, but a nice gain of about 9 yards on 1st and 10.
Much better looking quarterback sneak than the last attempt they had, and that's because he got the football and he just went right up the middle. Now we got another injured player, looks like for Crimson Cliffs. He started to walk off the field and kind of went down in a heap. So we have a little break in the action with just a little over 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Another injured player. Mike, none of these injuries, you early in the year, especially when it's hot, you have a lot of cramp injuries. None of these have seemed like cramps. In fact, they're looking at that young man's knee right now, and that's always a scary proposition for sure.
We got 2 of the Mustangs sitting on the bench right down in front of us. Both have taken their unis off.
Yeah, Kanoe was one of them.
Yeah, he's got the ice pack, I think, on the elbow or something there, and
the other guy's got his shoulder all packed up.
Well, there we go. Tough to see. You just always hope the best for these kids. I mean, you want them to play. You have your favorites, teams you like to see win, but you don't want anyone to get hurt, especially in season ending. And I'm not saying any of these are.
Again, our injury timeouts tonight brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine, providing the trainers for all our Region 9 teams. Tonight, DeJuan Shakespeare from Snow Canyon High School. DeJuan, a longtime trainer here for SCHS.
Yeah.
And for Crimson Cliffs, Ashley Wallum.
I still can't quite pick up the number on the injured player. He started to get up, and then he just sat right back down again. Now they're going to assist him up. Now that looks a little bit better. Looks like that's
you see a number, Mike?
30, or it's hard to see from here.
30. That could be a 6 or an 8.
Yeah.
It's crimson numbers on dark blue background. Very hard to read.
Especially when they get out of what little light there is out there here tonight. Walking a little gingerly there.
Looks like to me it is Casey Williams, number 36, but I'm not positive. So Snow Canyon now 2nd and 1. This is a great position to be in. You're at the 4-yard line. It's only 2nd down, and you only need 1 for a 1st down. You can try just about anything here. You don't want to get too cute, but you can try just about anything. And they try the fly sweep, trying to get to the edge, getting a 1st down, getting to the goal line.
they say their team thinks he got
It is
in.
a touchdown.
There we
Touchdown.
go.
There took the ref a second, but he did signal touchdown. And Snow Canyon with their 5th touchdown of this game.
And the official went back over the pylon and put it back on, so I'm guessing he kind of ran over the pylon, which is a touchdown.
That's a touchdown, yep.
So the Warriors now put 34 on the scoreboard there, doubling up the hometown Mustangs.
Yes, Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point pending here as Snow Canyon tries to make it 35. And the kick is up, and it is
good.
Right down the middle.
There you go.
4:50 to go here in the third quarter. 35-17 is our count. And I believe we are just about ready to have our board op back in the studio. Just to be safe, we're going to go ahead and stay with it here during the timeout. First Down City brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. Fuel it up, wash it down, and save at 2 Southern Utah Fabulous Freddy's. And don't forget a splash drink while you're there. And Mike, I have a guilty pleasure I need to confess.
Uh-oh.
I go to Fabulous Freddy's across the street from the Cherry Creek offices there because they have pina colada flavored frazzles. And that's the and there's nothing wrong with their cookie dough and their splash drinks and everything. They're all great, but there's one thing that really attracts me, the pina colada frazzle. I can't help myself. I know it's
good.
It's sugary and it's bad for me. And
I don't care about that part. I'm just not a big pina colada guy.
you're not really
I'm really not.
coconut and pineapple.
Sometimes I can take coconut. Other times, the answer is no.
All right. Kickoff now to the 5-yard line, taken back by Trace Higgins. Higgins trying to find a hole like he had in the first half, and it's not there as he's knocked down at about the 25-yard line, and here comes a late flag.
I believe Kyle Kennedy was the man on the
And that's a tough
tackle.
call. That's a tough call on that penalty because they were just blocking downfield. The whistle just barely blew, and they finished their block, and the referee comes throws his flag 30 yards down the field. I don't like that call.
Yeah.
Let the guys play. You say play to the whistle. They were playing to the whistle. So, referees are going to talk it over, and I believe they're going to call a personal
10-yard.
foul on the. Oh, they're just going to call it an illegal block instead of a personal foul.
Oh, yep.
So it'll be 10 yards down to the 15. And Crimson now down by 18, Mike. They've only scored 17 in this game. At this point, they got to get something going.
They do. By the way, Tigers are only down 48, so
That's all.
just thought I'd drop that in. Cedar rolling again tonight.
Hanson at quarterback sends a man in motion. Add the swing pass with him. Decides to get it to him. Leonard with the catch. Unfortunately, by the time his quarterback noticed him and he got the ball over there, the defense had also noticed him, and Leonard is knocked out of bounds after a very short game.
Yeah, and again on that, I'll tell you, Brenton Childs has been all over the place, offensively and defensively. I really like his load tonight that he has carried, doing an incredible job. But to your point, perfectly stated, Andy, if that pass had been sharp and on line, I think he'd had a lot more yards.
So it'll be a second down and about 8. So a 2-yard gain on the pass from Hanson to Leonard. And we'll go double wide receivers to each side. It's a QB draw for Hanson, trying to get outside, and he has a cut off there. He cuts it up into the hole and will gain. One of the guys got thrown forward. It looked like the ball carrier. That was not the ball carrier. The ball carrier was going backwards. It is a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
I tell you, I think he got a monumental mark on that one because there was a pile of guys about 2 yards back. You're right. One guy come flying. He got thrown forward. He didn't have the ball. But nonetheless, it's 3rd and about 3 now for the Mustangs.
Instead of 5, you're right. He got a great spot. So 3rd down, 5 from the 20, or 3rd down, 3 from the 22. Hanson and company bring it out. They need a conversion here, down by 18. The navy blue and crimson. No, they did not go offside, I guess, or did they?
Now we have a delay of game.
Wow. So what happened was the defensive guy jumped, but he didn't go off sides. And thinking they would get the call, they didn't snap the ball, and they got the delay instead.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. I think the quarterback, oh, good. Well, you did what? Yeah. They were getting right down to it. So a couple of mistakes now going against The Crimson Cliffs Mustang. That's a whole different deal with 3rd and about 8 now.
Way different than 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3, you can run just about anything in your playbook. 3rd down and 8, you're basically you got to throw the football. So Mustang still in the huddle. They got to be careful not to get another delay of game here, Mike, with 2:50 and running on the clock.
Yeah, watch. Game management's got to be perfect.
Hanson, the quarterback, Drew Bay is back there with him. He wants to throw. Throws a deep slant. It's popped into the air.
He caught it. Did he catch it? I thought he caught it on the way down.
I think it's intercepted.
Wow, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Big number 56, Isaac Lees. And I believe, Andy, he's the guy that blocked it up and then hauled it in with one hand. I believe.
Another turnover, and the turnovers by Crimson Cliffs in this game have been deep in their own territory.
Right.
This is another one. They gave the ball up at the 13-yard line, and Snow Canyon with a very short field.
Wow. I'm hoping I got that right because that's what it looked like to me. But I give Lees all the credit on that one. Big guy, great hands, and you said he's probably got a future in this game.
Yeah, for sure. So now it's stoppage of play and a timeout on the field. We're going to keep it here for a little bit. No, we're actually going to take a final timeout finally. It's 2:38 to go in the third quarter, 35-17. We'll be back after this. We're back, Andy and Mike, live from Crimson Cliffs High School, where the Mustangs are down 35-17, and they just committed an egregious turnover, Mike. This one really hurts as they give the ball up to the Snow Canyon Warriors at the 13-yard line, just after Snow Canyon had just upped that lead to 18, and now they're in trouble. And really, at this point, a victory would be holding them to a field goal.
That's true. That is true. By the way, last score we have, Canyon View 14-7 over Desert Hills. Now they say that's at the half. Now there's a penalty against Snow Canyon.
Yeah, just a 5-yarder, so it'll go from the 13 to the 18. It'll be first down and 15. Pineview just scored. They're up 26-14 now on Dixie, and they're going for a 2-point conversion right now to try to push that lead to 14 and be after having that extra point be blocked.
Gotta say, I'm very impressed with the Pineview Panthers this year. They just keep coming at you. And that would be huge, not only to beat Dixie, but on the Flyer field.
They haven't done that in a while,
Walt Brooks.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right.
So first down 10, Warriors. They hand the ball off. Tyden Morris is going to keep fighting for yards. That's a good run inside the 10. All the way down to the 5, almost. Mike on first down and 15, he got about 13.
Yeah, that was an excellent run. He looks so good. You think he's been doing this all of his life. He is doing an excellent job tonight. He's the go-to guy when you want to get something into that line. 2-point
conversion, no good for Pineview. They say he did not. A run by Enoch Takal, he stopped him about a half a foot short. So 8:46 left in that game, 26-14, Pineview by 12. Here, Snow Canyon trying to get another score, and that's an easy slant pass. Beautiful play action RPO slant for a touchdown, and the Warriors now have 41 points.
I'll tell you, Landon Fry is so good on the RPO, and there's no doubt about it. He puts it right in the gut, and then last second pulls it out. And gets the pass away, and the pass was perfect on that slant in.
That looked like a run all the way, Mike.
Yep.
That's a great description there. And so now it's 41-17 with the Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point pending. Out to kick for the Snow Canyon Warriors is place kicker Jacob Whitwer. And Whitwer has it.
Yeah, bowled over.
Blocked.
They blocked it, yeah.
1:53 left in the third, 41-17. We'll be back in 45. Back here, we're in the late third quarter, 1:53 left in the third. This game has actually been a lot longer than we thought. I thought both running teams, we'd have a quicker game, Mike. I was wrong. Imagine that.
Have you ever been wrong before? Is this a first, Andy?
No, it actually happens more often than you might think. Kickoff by the Warriors, taken right at the goal line, and they're going to call it a touchback. They're going to say his momentum carried it just across the goal line, so that'll be a touchback. First down and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. It was, 49-0 Cedar over Hurricane?
Yep.
Is that last number we heard? We still don't have an update on that Desert Hills Canyon View game. Last we heard, it was halftime, and the Falcons surprising the Thunder 14-7, but obviously a whole half of football to go on that one.
They got to be into the third quarter.
Well, I just saw this, Mike, a little video of a missed field goal by the Falcons to start the second half, so it's still 14-7. And, you've got Desert Hills back ahead, right?
Yeah, 21-14 now with about 2.5 left in the third quarter.
Back to live action here at Crimson. Crimson runs the ball to the left side and gets, I think, Drew Bay on the carry, gets about 3 or 4. He actually came out of the pile with the ball and didn't go down, but I think there's a flag down no matter what happened. As the referees will huddle there at about the 23-yard line to decide what the call was.
I'm not putting any of them down, but I think what's really slowed this game down is the amount of flags that have been thrown in this game. There's been quite a few. Both sides. Not that they're being, unfair, I don't think, but there's just a lot.
Yeah, too many. It's 41-17. Right now the lead is 24. Crimson, any hope they have, they need to go down and score right now and get a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they got to get something going. There is a whole quarter of football, but you got to prove you can do something with it. It's going to be against the Warriors, 5-yard.
By the way, Skyview winning big, up 28-12 right now in their football game. Skyview looking to go 9-0 on the year. By the way, I just got a highlight. Cy Nunley running it in for a touchdown against Canyon View. That was the tying touchdown. Now the Thunder are back up on the Falcon 21-14. 5-yard penalty. It was a 5-yard face mask, so they tack it on to the end of the play. So it's first down and 1. And Hansen throws it to the left side off the hands of the receiver and incomplete. Second down and 1.
Yeah, he had the first down by a yard or so, but boy, that went right through both hands and out of bounds. Clock stops with $1:20 to go here in the quarter.
Once again, all our great sponsors in this contest and all contests. One of them is Luke Udy Insurance. I know shopping for insurance isn't as fun as watching your favorite team play. I don't tell you, save a bunch of money, right, Mike?
Amen. I
save
like to
some
hear
money,
that.
then you're happy. Give Luke Udy a call today at 435-251-9102. Second down and short. Hansen again throws an underneath ball. That one is caught, and it'll be a first down. Falling down to make the catch, but then keeping his feet, using his hand to keep his feet alive. It's a nice play. I believe that was Higgins again on the catch.
What an excellent job that time. Was that? Okay, I'm not sure. But he picked the ball, literally, that was off the shoe tops. He lost his balance, but he was able to fall ahead. Got a pretty good gain out to the 39.
First down and 10. By the way, Dixie scores that quick. It's 26-21 in that contest. What a great ball game, huh?
Amen.
And stoppage of play. What happened, Mike?
No, he just, like, that's the end of the play. He actually got through, and they didn't get him down, but the officials stopped the play, said they've impeded his progress. 5-yard gain, no.
So it'll be second down and 5 for the Mustangs. Ball at the 44-yard line.
Creed Leonard coming back in. First time we've seen him in there for a while.
20 seconds and counting. Let's see if they get one more play off. They're going to have to hurry if they're going to get it off before the quarter ends, so we're down to 10 seconds. They come back now with 2 running backs, Drew Bay and Leonard in the backfield. 5 seconds to go, and they get the snap off. Hansen throws the ball underneath. It's caught for a first down. Just a little slant pass. Complete over the middle with the catch is number 5, Gunnar Orr.
Yeah, good job by Orr that time, and he went down and then cut right in the middle of the field, and again, found a little soft spot in that zone.
That's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back after this. It is a 41-17 Snow Canyon lead on our one-loss scoreboard. First down and 10. The Mustangs on the move. They're down, 24, so can't afford any mistakes from this point on, but they're moving the football. Chase Hansen back to pass, throws it over the middle. The pass is complete. Another nice throw and catch by this Mustangs offense. Gunnar Orr on the catch, Hansen on the throw.
Yeah, they got a couple of good athletes, and when they get going, things kind of work together, and then it seems like after a little bit the defense of the Warriors step up, saying, okay, that's enough of that. We're going to kind of shut the door here. But right now, Mustangs moving.
Yeah, another first down as they're down to the 28-yard line, nearing the Team D Auto red zone. Hansen pass again, this time a quick hitter, and it's a little underthrown, and the ball is dropped by the wideout on the right side on just a quick out.
Yeah, down about 5 yards. Again, would have been halfway to another first down, but could not quite find him out there in the right flat.
So it'll be second down and 10 from the 28. 11:31 on the clock. By the way, Pineview driving now inside the Dixie 30. Up by 5 with 6.5 left in that contest.
That's going to go right down to it, it sounds like.
Second down and 10. They've got a slot man in and the running back. They hand it to the running back, Drew Bay, I believe it is. Drew Bay making guys miss, fighting for yardage. They try to pull the football away, but Drew Bay is going to run for a first down, and now another late flag.
Wow, that was all heart on that one. But that one may come back. That flag is deep in the backfield.
It came so late, and there was a lineman on each side, an offensive and defensive lineman, and I don't know who did what to whom, Mike, but we'll let the white hat and the black hat down there decide.
Yeah, while they work that out, I'm going to say what a run by Drew Bay. He ran powerfully hard, working his way, and ended up with a first down. If this stands,
dead ball.
Be a dead ball.
Oh, it's going to be the offsetting. Personal fouls were on Braden Perry of Crimson Cliffs and Ja'Cory McKeever of Snow Canyon.
So all that means is nice run there, Drew Bay, because you got a first down. Down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, inside the Team D Auto red zone, first down and 10 for the Mustangs. This would, Mike, if they can get a touchdown here, would be their second highest offensive output of the season, even though they're losing the football game. Something to build on as you head toward the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, everybody's in. We know that.
Trips to the right side for Hansen. Sends Trubay in motion. Fakes it to him. Now he's going to run to the left side. Gets to the 10, gets to the 5. He's upended inside the 5 to about the 2-yard line.
They say it's down. Wow. Sorry to interrupt there.
That's okay. First down and goal now.
I saw the ball bounce, and I saw two Warriors dive on it, but the official came in pretty quickly and said it's down. And I'll tell you what, Andy, we have seen a lot of momentum shift here, and right now they're riding the Mustangs.
And just when we look down, the Pineview scores again. Pineview now 32-21 on the touchdown pass from Braden Bunnell to, I believe, Christian Bailey. Here, Mustangs trying to get into the end zone. Handoff. Is that Leonard?
That's easy, yep.
That was
Creed Leonard.
Creed Leonard with the big hole to run through. And it's 41-23. And this is, Mike, the second highest offensive output of the entire season for these Mustangs.
Well, it says a lot. I mean, it really does. I think Snow Canyon came in. They were anticipating a victory. They still obviously may get it. They're up 18 points. It might be 17 in a moment. But I tell you what, the Never Say Die Mustangs keep coming back. Just when you think they are down and out, they come back with some pretty good plays.
Extra point is good, and it's 41-24, 10-20 left in the game. We'll be right back. Well, Mike, there's something about, your hometown team. About 1/3 of the crowd here has no clue what the score is of the game. They just know that you got a touchdown and you're happy. They were singing the fight song and having a good time down there. The pep band and the students. And if it was me, I'd be sulking because, my team's losing.
That's right.
But
I'm with you.
They're down there. They have the best time. I asked my son once, who was very, very good all-state band instrumentalist, and I said, how was the game tonight? And his team had lost, and I said, pretty bummer, huh? He goes, no.
What?
I said, what do you mean no? And he said, we're in the pep band. We never lose.
By the way, the ball was brought back out to around the 25, 30-yard line, but there is a holding penalty, 10 yards. We'll take it back to the 13.
Mike, they didn't go for 2 on that touchdown. Is that a sign that kind of the Red Auerbach cigar, we already know this game is over, and we're just trying to make it look respectable? Because
I don't know much about their kickers. If they not trust them? They did go with them. Sorry.
Yeah. If you're down by, at the time it was they had cut it from 24 down to 18. If you can make it 16 and maybe still have a chance, don't you do it? Good defense on that play as Morris has nowhere to go on first down.
They're going to be nice and give him a yard, I think.
Yeah, about a half anyway. It'll be second down and long. I don't want to be critical of the coaching, but I'm thinking to myself, tell your guys you still want to win. Go for 2. Try to get it to 16.
Yeah, you know what? They moved that ball back.
That
did. Is interesting. The guy stood right on the 20, and it does make a difference. 15, step back to the 14 and put it down.
And the poor yard marker guy was like, hey, I thought it was here.
Yeah, he's still up there with a yard gain.
Second down and about 9. And Fry is caught in the backfield, and he is taken down. That's a sack. I don't know if that's going to be a run or a throw, but Crimson Cliffs would have had none of it.
Yeah, I was going to say that looked RPO, but they didn't give him a chance to even try and decide which way he wanted to go. Well, where he went was straight down. Again, you talk about momentum. Right now, the Mustangs playing as good as they have the whole night.
Jackson Griffiths was the stop on that one. Got a hold of Fry and would not let him go. Now 9 minutes left in the contest, and if they get a stop here, Mike, that whole not going for two thing becomes a lot bigger.
Yes, it does.
Third down. You let Fry throw here on 3rd and 12, up by 17. Answer is yes. He's going to throw. Throws it over the middle. Ball is caught. And that'll be a first down and more. He has a great grab on the play, and he jumps up and signals first down.
That's Brandon Goff with the reception.
He's
had
a lot of big ones today.
I think Brandon Goff took it away from James Johnston, number 18.
They're teammates.
Because they both reached out, and then Goff had it. Doesn't matter. He caught it. So, yeah. And, again, sophomore. Let's see. Is 18. They're both sophomores.
First down and 10 at the 36 after the great catch by Goff. Fry stays in at quarterback. He's got 3 wide receivers to the left side. Hands it off to Morris. Morris follows blockers, has a lot of room. When you have a good offensive line like that, you just follow those guys until they're all gone.
Yeah, well called. Absolutely. That's why that play right there worked. He got right in behind those big blockers and ended up getting 8 yards, 8.5 yards.
So second down and 2 from the 44-yard line are the Mustangs. Dixie, by the way, trying to put a drive together. They got a first down at the Pineview at their own 40, down 32-21 in that. If Pineview holds on, they are the region champions this year. Even if they were to lose next week. Quarterback fakes the throw. Fry's going to run. He has a first down. Breaks a tackle at the 50, but then can't get past the second guy, and he'll go down at the 47.
Boy, good job. He took one quick look to the near side to his wide out, and then just immediately went back to his left, and it was wide open over there for him to pick up that first down as he gets into Mustang territory. This is huge right now for Snow Canyon. They can really take control of this game right now.
Yeah, if they don't already have control, you're right. This is kind of the put-away drive.
See what they come up with. Trips to the left. Are we going to go to the air here?
Probably not. Not with a 17-point lead and 7 minutes left, right? And they do. Real quick wide receiver screen. So really just a long handoff, Mike, and we'll gain about 2 yards.
Yeah, didn't get much. That's right there. It was a quick pass, but you kind of got the feeling that Crimson says, nah, we kind of think what's going on here, so we'll just stand right. Didn't have much room out. They're going to give him just a 1-yard gain?
Yeah.
Second and 9.
46. By the way, Dixie, great long play, gained about 40 yards down to the Pineview 10, and right at the end of the play, fumble. Pineview takes over, and that game is pretty much over at this point.
Wow.
A good effort by Joshua Barney, but the guy comes and hits him from behind. He fumbles it. It's picked up by Pineview. And now we have a good stoppage of the play, or a good defensive stop again as Morris tries to run it, and he is stuffed.
So brings up now, still third down and long for Snow Canyon. But the clock continues to run, which is getting down to that 6-minute mark.
By the way, the tackle on that play, Mike, I'm going to try it. It was Fosi Tuatai Salanoa Sagapolu that made the tackle on that play.
I think you did very good.
We've done a lot. You and I have been doing games together a long time, and Polynesians are good football players, and we've seen many a good one. Muli Ta'awapele, remember him?
I do. Gene Whakatua Mafi, too.
That's right.
It was a great
You got to be careful on that.
I know you do.
Fry back to pass on second down and 10. Throws the ball downfield in traffic, and it is caught. Another great grab by Goff and company over there. That was not Goff this time. That was number 10, Nathan Hill, the senior wide receiver.
I like that. I'll tell you, you got a guy in charge out there with the quarterbacks running around for his life, but he's looking downfield and going, no, you go over there. No, okay, you back over here. And then he laid it in there perfectly at the 25-yard line.
So first down and 10 Warriors. If this game wasn't already in their hands with 5:15 left, they score here, it will be all over.
Yep.
They stay with the trips to the right side of your regular spread formation with one receiver to the left and one running back in the pistol. They hand the running back Tyden Morris. He's trying to get to the edge, but it's a pretty quick Crimson Cliffs team, and he'll get upended right around the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's not afraid, though, is he? He got out to realize they haven't gotten anything out, but he lowered the shoulder, and they're going to end up giving him a yard.
Jason Pana-Asua with the tackle.
Well, you're pulling out all the wild ones here, aren't
I'm
you?
probably really butchering them, but I'm trying.
I actually, before coming down, I was going over these names, and I thought, oh, my gosh, this is kind of fun to read these names and see if I could even come close on them.
You used to be pretty good at that, Mike, back in the day.
We learned, didn't we, actually? We did learn.
Well, Coach Croshaw had a fondness for Polynesians.
Yep.
And we had to learn by necessity. Landon Fry in trouble. He's going to throw a ball up for grabs, and there's going to be an defensive pass interference. It was a matter of, I think the defender didn't realize the play was still alive and kind of fell down, and he realized if I don't knock this guy down,
he's going to catch it.
It's going to be a touchdown. So actually not a bad penalty, right?
No, it really isn't. Going back real quickly to your story there, you say he had an affinity for Polynesians. He also had an affinity for not learning their names.
Yeah, right.
Because
yeah,
they all
true.
became, hey, you.
I'll never forget the very first game I covered at Dixie College. It was the Rotary Bowl. I had just been hired as sports editor, moved to St. George. It was a Rotary Bowl, and they handed it. It was fourth down. They're up by, I think, 5. So it's fourth down, and they're at their own 20-yard line. Not fourth down. It's third down. They tell the guy to run around and use a little time.
And then down.
And then down it. Well, the guy runs for the first down, a Polynesian, and he gets the first down. And Coach says, I guess I don't speak Polynesian because that's not what I told him to do, but he got the first down, so it's okay.
I remember that. I was calling the game on the radio.
Iloa Vakapuna was the running back.
I absolutely remember that.
And do you remember why he was playing? Because the star running back for Dixie had been suspended and gotten in trouble before the Rotary Bowl.
That is right.
And I don't remember the running back's name, but I remember that was a big scandal.
Yep, I don't either. Well, now we have got about 7 yards. Second down, 8.
Down inside the
2.
4. Second down and 2 from the 4.
Yeah, Warriors trying to put it away right here.
And Morris is buckled under. His feet went out from under him. And he's going to lose a couple, Mike, maybe at least a yard anyway, and it's going to bring up third down and goal as the clock ticks under 3:20 left in the contest.
Of course, you'd like to get it, but absolutely the thing is that clock, which is running up right there with just 3:10 to go.
And it's rolling. It's not no mercy on the clock there. It is ticking away with a 17-point Snow Canyon lead.
Well, all things concerned here tonight, beautiful night, big crowd. For the Snow Canyon game in Crimson Cliffs.
The whole world has been under a kind of an oppressive thumb, whether imagined or otherwise.
Any reason you can get out, you take, don't you?
Exactly. Third down and 4 from the 6. Ball goes to the ground. I think it might have been tipped at the goal line. No, I guess it wasn't tipped because they're going to call interference.
Yeah.
I thought it had been tipped, which would make it interference not a penalty. But
the official, I think, had to remember which pocket he stuck his hanky in because he had to look around. I thought that was pretty obvious here. He was hit, knocked down, the ball sailed over his head.
Yeah, the only thing I would say, Mike, is if
it was tipped,
if it is tipped, that's no penalty. But I think it was.
There's the call.
Yeah, it was not. That's what I meant.
That'll make it first and goal now.
Dixie gets the ball back. They're down 11.
Third down and a yard. They only got half the distance.
They're gonna, half the distance. So it'll be down to the about the 3.5, and they have to get to the 3.
Yep.
Play action. They throw the ball over the middle. It is incomplete.
Boy, I tell you, they had to roll everybody. I couldn't tell who had got a hand on it or not. But
now you got fourth down. You're up 17 with 2:33 on the clock. Do you go ahead and kick a field goal at this point, Mike?
Do you need some practice or what?
Yeah.
I'm serious. If I needed the practice, I think I'd rush my guy out there.
There's no way Crimson's going to score 17 points in 2.5 minutes, so you might as well, see how your kicker is.
They are, which I'm glad to see. Give these guys an opportunity. Jacob Whitworth, senior kicker.
23 for the Snow Canyon Warriors.
Looks like Fry's the holder.
There will be a time they may need him in the state playoffs.
Amen.
So good idea to practice a field goal. It's not really much more than an extra point, and the kick is
good.
right down the pike. 2:27 left in the game. We'll take the break. It's 44-24. Warriors put a little icing on the cake. Welcome back, Andy and Mike here as the kickoff goes. Actually, it's going to stay in the field of plays. Crimson Cliffs will try to get a run back, but it is tracked down and very well done by the Snow Canyon Warriors. We have some Hearst Ace Hardware updates, Mike. I know you had a score that we thought would be the way it was in the beginning, and it wasn't, but it is now.
It's one of those games you keep watching and you keep thinking, oh, I closed it out, but 35-14. They came
Desert
from
Hills.
down 14-7, by the way.
That was 14-0 at one point.
Oh,
wasn't
that's
it?
right.
Yeah, so big turnaround. 35 unanswered by the Thunder, and they'll get their second region win. Now Crimson trying to put something together, practicing a little bit to here for the future as Hansen overthrows his intended receiver. Actually, I think they put the other quarterback back in, haven't they, Mike? Tyler Brown, number 4.
Let me look back there.
It is. Brown
Yep.
is in at quarterback. That means Hansen may be out there as receiver.
Yeah, you got to keep your eye on him.
And Hansen came into the game,
Actually,
and now he'll come back out of the game.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to play receiver. They say, we need you for the playoffs, man. Get out.
Sit down there. Take care of yourself. We got 3 boys up the road there that are already out. So.
Second down and 10. They run a little wide receiver screen, and it is dropped. That's a tough one, Mike. You know, he was doing that old, I'm going to see what kind of moves I can make.
Yep.
And, didn't work
The
out.
one he made wasn't too good.
No.
Dropped the football.
That's the one requirement if you're going to make a wide receiver screen. You got to catch a football.
We really do appreciate all of our great sponsors again. Stop by Whole Brick or Asphalt, the Yogurt Land. You got that big score dessert tonight.
And we can start maybe talking about potentials for player and play of the game. They run a little swing pass. Crimson Cliffs breaks one tackle, can't break a second one. And the ball came loose, I think, but he grabs it back. And Drew Bay on the catch will bring up what? Oh, there's another flag. It won't bring up anything as we sort out the flag first.
Where's the flag at? Is it out there? I thought there was a little extracurricular activity, but nope, they're just going to.
No, they're going to wave it off. Yep, he
Yep.
waves the flag off, and it'll be 4th down and 4. And Crimson will send the punt team out with 1:52 and counting on the clock. By the way, Pineview takes over on downs, up 11 on Dixie. It looks like the Panthers are going to be the Region 9 champions for the second straight year.
I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen it. I probably have over all the years, but it seems as if I've never seen a team that keeps coming back and scoring points. They can score against anybody.
And, you know, the one thing, if I will say this about Pineview, I'd never heard of a young man by the name of Braden Bunnell until this year. He's a guy that, I mean, he's been in the system, but he's been a JV guy.
Yeah.
Usually you have a really good quarterback. You're going to hear from him his sophomore or junior year. He's a senior. He never played a down of varsity football until this year, and look what he's doing.
Yep. And right now, Snow Canyon's going to let him kick it away.
Yeah, they don't even send anybody back.
Nobody is back.
I think they're playing watch the fake here. Punt is away, and again, with nobody back to return it, it should get a good roll. Oh, we're going to have a monster kick. Line of scrimmage was the 16-yard line.
Yep.
And it's going to be down at the 24,
24, I think.
36 and 34. That's a 70-yard punt, Mike.
Wow. Yep. Got a foot into it, and he got
60,
a great
my bad,
roll.
24 and 36.
I'm pretty impressed with 60.
60-yard punt. That's really good. Yep.
Don't forget, we do have the Johnson Pediatrics post-game show coming up here, and it's a matter of about a minute or so. Dr. Cody Johnson there. Give him a call at 628-2501. Excuse me, 628-0511 is the number to call. Ask for the new patient special.
44-24 is our count. We're going to do some post-game here in just about a minute. That other game is tracking a little bit behind us. They were actually ahead of us now, but they've slowed way down with it being a closer contest. So we have Snow Canyon just going to take a knee. And so we will stick with it here with 58 seconds. I'm not sure why they stopped the clock. It stopped for just a second. Yeah, just for a second it was stopped. So we're going to do a post game. We will not do a long post game because we got one guy running both stations right now.
Yeah.
And so we'll let Martin get over to the other station fairly soon. And like Pineview, I'm not sure why they're trying long passes late in that game. They're trying to make that game last a little bit longer. We're ready to go home here. And that, I think, is going to do it. They take a knee with under 30 seconds to go, and everybody's satisfied. And we're going to do a post-game show here. I don't want to leave, though, until the game is officially over, so we'll count it down with 15 seconds to go. Both teams have headed to the sideline, and we're down now to 10 seconds. 44-24 is going to be your final score, as it's going to be the Snow Canyon Warriors improving to 5-1 in region play, 2-1, and it's official now as the Warriors go to 5-1. They win it 44-24 over the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Mike, real quick, and we'll go to break, but real quick, your thoughts on the performance today by the Warriors.
Well, I think from the beginning we kind of felt like that there wouldn't be this many points, but once it got rolling along, then I think the game started to take shape, and then I felt like that Snow Canyon could score points against these guys, and they obviously did. They ended up with 44. Again, a good job by the Mustangs. They put, as you pointed out, their second most offensive points on the board tonight with 24. But just not enough horses, sorry to do that, for the Mustangs as they couldn't quite get it done.
Maybe needed a V8 instead of a six-cylinder,
I
right?
think that was the difference.
All right, we'll take a break. A 2-minute timeout. A 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with our postgame brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistries as it's a final on our one-loss scoreboard. Snow Canyon 44 and Crimson 24. KDXU News Time, it's 9:33. We wrap things up here. We've got our Johnson Pediatric Post-Game Show. Thanks to Dr. Cody Johnson and his staff. They make your kids feel, well, right at home. See why so many are choosing Johnson Pediatrics. Call 625-0511 and ask for that new patient special. They will hook you up. And, again, final 44-24. Snow Canyon gets the victory. We'll update your standings for you. We'll have some stats here in just a moment as well, but that game has not gone. They're 40 seconds away from going official, but Dixie trails Pineview 32-21, and Dixie's still 60 yards away from. So you can almost assume that game is over. Flyers do have the football as Bronson Barbin throws a deep ball, and it is intercepted. So now the game is over. Dominic McKenzie with the pick. He probably wants to run it back, but he probably needs to run out of bounds, and that's what he does. And so that game is over. So Pineview will be 6-0 with tonight's victory, 32-21 over Dixie. Snow Canyon will improve to 5-1. Dixie falls to 4-2, and Cedar improves to 4-2. Crimson and Desert Hills now 2-4 in region play. Hurricane falls to 1-5, and Canyon View is 0-6 with one final football game left on the year. Mike, Snow Canyon was our Region 9 preseason media pick, coach's pick, but Pineview was second. They got some first place votes, and it's kind of sorted out similar to that, only it's Pineview that's going to come away with that 1-point win last week against Snow Canyon as the region champions, it looks like.
Oh, sorry. I was looking. These are last week's scores.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly I'm in the wrong area there. Well, I tell you what, I think honestly, as it all kind of came out, although I wasn't quite sure between Dixie and Pineview, everything else kind of went to, I think, according to what I felt like maybe it would have done. Maybe the point thing was a little bit different, but the winners and losers came out. And, boy, just what a tough year it is this year for the likes of Hurricane, Canyon View, Desert Hills. Looks like they're going to up their thing just a little bit there with their win tonight.
So, again, congratulations to the Warriors for the win tonight, a 20-point victory. If you'd have told me 23-3 or 27-7, I'd been like, yeah, that's about right. 44-24, I'm a little surprised by that one. Good effort by both teams. That's actually the second highest point output of the year for Crimson Cliffs, and they're going to live to play another day. We have RPI, Mike. We have playoffs. They're going to get matched up in the first round. Probably a pretty decent matchup. Maybe a home game. If not a home game, certainly a winnable game against a team, a non-top 10 team. And they can live to play on, for sure.
Absolutely. I was just, my mind rolling here. I started looking ahead, thinking of next week. And there's going to be some good games. I think one of the best ones is going to be Snow going to Cedar City. And I'm not sure what's going to happen up there. But, the Warriors had a good year. They played hard. Their toughest games outside of maybe this one have come here. You had Dixie. Yeah,
they had Dixie, Pineview, and then Crimson, and then Cedar. That's a tough way to finish, for sure.
That's a tough way to end it here.
Cedar tonight got a pretty easy one there. Last we heard was 49-zip. I don't know if that's a final.
I think that's a final.
Over Hurricane. So Cedar 4-2. They're just one game behind Snow Canyon. They've got a lot to play for next week with that home game against the Warriors. Who else plays? The other matchups next week, Mike? Do you have those?
I don't.
I bet I can find them.
Here.
I know I can find them. Just give me like 1 second here. Go to October 6th. Oh, it's Wednesday games.
Wednesday
next week,
games. You're right.
Yeah, so it'll be October 14th.
I can tell you Crimson goes to Desert Hills. And
let's say Crimson at Desert Hills,
yep.
Dixie at Canyon View, Hurricane at Pineview, and Snow Canyon at Cedar. But that Crimson Desert Hills game is going to be a good contest.
I think it will be a good one, and it could be a good one, or it could be really ugly up in Cedar City. The other two games I think are pretty much set in stone. I'm not too worried about the Flyers and the Panthers.
If I were to do an early handicap, Crimson and Desert Hills, that's a pick'em game, don't you think, Mike?
I agree. I agree.
I mean, that's going to come down to one or two little turnovers. That's a pick'em game. That's going to be a good contest.
Yep.
And I think at Cedar, I think you go Snow Canyon Cedar's a pick'em game as well.
I tell you what, we've seen good things from both of those. I agree. Let's go with two pick'ems and the other couple are
Other two will not be
walk
pick-ems.
away.
No.
That's true.
All right, let's name here on our Johnson Pediatric post-game, let's name some awards. First of all, our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game. Mike, you could go defense for the Warriors, but they did give up 24 points.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning toward, I like the sophomore running back in Tyden Morris. And let me to back up my argument, let me call up some stats here for you, because I think Morris ended up with a pretty darn good contest. See if I can find out. Tyden Morris, 19 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
I like that. Boy,
I think we got a no-brainer with our Dax Trucking Player of the Game. Sophomore running back filling in for the injured Bretton Stone. I think Stone is done for the year, by the way.
Wow,
So
that's tough.
Morris is really going to have to step up. He did it today, 115 yards. He is our Dax Trucking Player of the Game. Dax always delivers. Your quality service carrier. Fuel up and grab a snack at Ernie's 2 Sinclair Station at the top of the boulevard. Dax always delivers you the Player of the Game. All right, Mike, we need to hurry up and finish. I forgot. We've got to go to ESPN here in a minute. Let's name our Playmaker Play of the Game, brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Any thoughts on your Playmaker Play of the Game? Maybe that, I almost, even though they lost the game, that kick return by Higgins, Trace Higgins.
I think it's good. I mean,
it had just gone to 21-0. We were headed for Blowout City, and he helped the Mustangs get up off the mat.
And that was pretty impressive all the way around. I agree.
All right, Trace Higgins, our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game for his 85-yard kickoff return. Thanks to AWP, the playmakers in the appliance business, the Appliance Wholesalers Plus, the #1 playmakers, open to the public across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Save money at AWP. One last thing we want to mention, it is the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert. It is in effect. You can go right now to Yogurtland and get yourself 5 free ounces of yogurt courtesy of Holbrook Asphalt. Mike, final thoughts before we let you go.
Just a great night of football once again. I can't believe we're down to the final week of the regular season coming up next week. But I think we've seen a couple of surprises, but I think we're seeing that the top of the region is showing why they belong there, and they look pretty good here tonight.
That'll do it from here. Andy Griffin, Mike McGarry, as we witness the Snow Canyon Warriors go to 5-1 in region play with a 44-24 victory over Crimson Cliffs. For Mike, I'm Andy. Good night from Crimson Cliffs High School.